The makers of Chase and Sandborn coffee, the superb blend you know is fresh, present the Chase and Sandborn Hour. And your host, Don Amici.
Yes, another Chase and Sandborn Hour with all your good friends answering the roll call. Nelson Eddy, Edgar Bergen, and Charlie McCarthy.
Oh, Mr. Amici.
What's on your mind this time, Charlie?
I was just wondering, would you walk home with me tonight after the show?
Why, sure. I'll be glad to, Charlie.
That's swell. You're swell, Mr. Amici.
Oh, that's all right. Present, too, are Dorothy Lamour, the Stoud twins, Robert Armbruster.
It gets awfully dark these nights, doesn't it, Mr. Amici?
Why, not especially, no.
Well, those hedges out in Beverly Hills, you never can tell who'll jump out.
Oh, Charlie, you're not afraid to go home, are you?
No, not as long as you're going with me, Mr. Amici.
Well, I'll be with you, Charlie. But we must get on. We all extend a mighty warm welcome to John Carter, young tenor making his first Chase and Sandborn appearance. And to our dramatic guest, that famous bad man of the screen, Boris Karloff.
That's the guy. That's him. Did you see that?
Oh, I see it all. Now, that's why you want me to walk home with you tonight, huh?
Yeah, and when I hear you mention that name, Mr. Amici, well, maybe you'd consider sleeping over at my house, too.
Charlie, it's not as bad as that, but we'll talk about that later on. In the meantime, we hope that you will enjoy our show and that you will continue to be our friends as well as friends of Chase and Sandborn. Nelson Eddy gives us a musical preview of his new picture, Girl of the Golden West, with a song he sings in the colorful role of the bold but handsome bandit Ramirez as he rides the mountain trails with his loyal band. Nelson Eddy singing Soldiers of Fortune.
We ride men who are happy and free, birds of a feather who travel together, good soldiers of fortune are we. We ride, knowing united we're strong, taking your treasure, we do it with pleasure, and who's there to tell us we're wrong? Play your guitar, no care for tomorrow, tomorrow is sure to be fine. Hey! With my pistola, there isn't a soul to tell me what's his isn't mine. Hey! Right, soldiers of fortune are we. Life's what we make it, we'll grin and we'll take it, whatever our fortune may be. Grin and take it as we ride, men who are happy and free, birds of a feather who travel together, good soldiers of fortune are we. Every soldier's happy while we ride, greeting the night with a song, laughing at danger, we say howdy stranger, and danger will hurry along. With senorita, beware of mosquito, he steal your heart and he run. Little muchacha, he's bad, cucaracha, his smile hurts worse than his gone. We ride, men who are happy and free, doing and daring and fighting and sharing, for soldiers of fortune are we. Men who fight, men who die, men who...
Oh, that was a good, hard-riding song, all right. But, of course, there's romance, too, in The Girl of the Golden West. Plenty of it. And as a foretaste of what happens when the bandit meets the lovely lady, Nelson sings us one of the love songs from the picture. Who Are We to Say?
Who are we to say just what love will do? Love may live a day or all life through. Who are are we to say how a rose will grow? It may fade away or bloom and blow. You and I may plan and scheme and everything's arranged. Then there comes a vagrant dream, and all the world is changed. Who are we to say when to say goodbye? Or to wonder why we two must part? So we'll live today, loving while we may, dear, knowing love would say, obey your heart. You and I may plan and scheme and everything's arranged. Then there comes a vagrant dream, and all the world is changed. Who are we to say when to say goodbye, or to wonder why we two must part? So we'll live today, loving while we may, dear, knowing love would say, obey your heart.
Oh, thanks, Nelson. That was swell.
Yes, Nelson, you certainly are in great voice tonight.
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that, Edgar. To tell you the truth, this morning I was a little bit worried about a slight huskiness in my voice.
Oh, yes. Did you ever meet a singer who didn't have a slight huskiness in his voice?
As a matter of fact, I was slightly husky myself this morning.
Yeah, well, we're
That's all.
talking about singers.
Well, I've been practicing a little singing around the house, you know.
Yes, indeed. He gargles around the garage and yodels in the yard. It's awful, Nelson. It's awful.
Oh, what a rare gift is a voice. Fortunate indeed is the man who can express himself in song and does.
Very well put. And wise is he who knows that he can't and doesn't.
Well, Edgar, if there's anything I can do to help you along, I'll be only too glad to do it. Of course, I'm not a teacher.
Well, Bergen isn't a singer. So you can both start from scratch. Awfully sorry.
Yes, I know. Yes. Nelson, if I should take up singing... Yes. Seriously, you know, what would you advise?
Well, I haven't heard you sing, so I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I have. I know what to tell him. Don't sing.
Well, Charlie, let's assume that Edgar has a good voice.
Well, I don't say I have a good voice, no. Let's say it's fair.
Let's tell the truth.
No. That will do, Charlie. No.
Edgar, what are you, a tenor, a baritone, or a bass?
Well, I really don't know, Nelson. I try to sing tenor, and it seems too high, you know. It doesn't sound right.
Oh.
And when I try to sing bass, it's too low. It doesn't sound right.
Mm-hmm.
But when I sing baritone,
It doesn't sound right. That makes it unanimous.
well, all right, I'm not a singer.
Yes.
Nevertheless, I do enjoy singing.
Well, now, Edgar's right, Charlie. Singing's great exercise. It develops your vocal cords and the muscles in your chest.
Yes, that's what it does. My music teacher says it develops your abominable muscles, too. Yes, it does.
No. The what?
The abominable muscles.
No.
Yes, it does.
No.
So help me, it does.
No.
You don't believe me?
I don't believe you.
Well, my music teacher said so.
I don't believe you.
Are you a singer?
No.
You know more than the teacher, I suppose.
No, I just don't believe that's true.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Uh-huh. You don't believe me?
No, I don't believe there's any such a muscle.
You don't know. Well, they're down there.
They are.
You gotta use them.
Yes. No.
Everybody's got them.
No.
Standard equipment.
Oh. I have never heard of abominable muscles.
Well, of course, if you've never heard of them, then they just don't exist. I hope you get the sarcasm.
You don't by any chance mean abdominal muscle?
Abdominal. Oh, yeah, abdominal. Oh, yeah. Oh, you are a stickler for splitting hairs, aren't you, Bergen?
You know, Nelson, I sometimes wonder if I have a good ear for music. You know, I start off all right, but invariably I end up off-key.
Why don't you start off-key and see what happens?
No. Why?
Oh, just pot luck, you know.
Have you a big voice, Edgar?
Well, it's not big enough to fill an auditorium, no.
It's bad enough to empty one. All right.
Charlie, now, I'm serious, you understand?
Yes.
Yes. I'm asking for information, and if you can keep quiet, you're excused.
Yes.
Yes, you're free to go.
Thank you. I'll keep quiet.
All right.
But if you want my opinion,
I don't want your opinion.
But if you should change,
I won't change my mind. No. I don't want anything from you but silence. Do you understand?
Yes.
Silence.
Yes. Is it all right if I breathe?
Oh, yeah. But stop your blabbering.
Yes, all right. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
He's sensitive, you know.
He's a sorehead. All right.
What was that? Nothing.
Oh, don't mind Charlie, Edgar. I'd like to hear you sing a real song. Now, what type is your favorite?
Well, I like the romantic songs, you know, but I think I'm at my best in ballads, Nelson.
Oh, you sing sad songs.
Yes, I imagine it would be called a sad song.
Yeah. Gruesome is the word. You know, Mr. Eddie Bergen sings so sad. Our dog left home 3 times. The last time he left, he took the dog house with him.
Well, dogs are smart animals. He must have been a critic.
Yes.
Yes, he left the muzzle for Bergen, but he wouldn't wear it.
Well, here's a song I like very much, Nelson. It's an old Irish song. It's, the name of it, what is it now again?
Irish.
No.
Yeah, Irish Eyes?
No, it's, you must know it, Nelson. It's,
Mother of Mine?
No.
Buy beer, Mr. Sheen? Kentucky Home?
No.
Shortman Bread.
No.
Uncle Tom's Cabin? No. Gone with the Wind?
No.
Well, I tried.
Yes. I have it now.
Yeah.
Yes. McCushla.
Oh, McCushla. Well, why didn't you say so? We could have helped you.
Yes, all right.
Go ahead, Edgar. Sing McCushla.
Oh, yes. Well, of course, I don't say how I'm going to sing it, you know, or how it's going to sound.
No, we'll tell you.
Yes, fine.
We'll be frank.
Yes, I believe you. Now, Charlie, here it is. McCushla, my poor heart is breaking.
Right here's where the dog left you.
Oh, Charlie, I'm making a sincere attempt to get Nelson's opinion of my voice.
Yes, I noticed that.
Yes. And I'll be glad if you'll just keep quiet.
Well, I only offered you my advice.
Yes, I know. I don't want it. I don't want another word from you.
I'm awfully sorry.
Yes.
Thought maybe you'd like my opinion.
I don't want your opinion.
I'd be glad to tell you.
Yes, I know.
I think your voice is all...
I don't want your opinion.
You got it.
Yes, I know. Just quiet.
It's rotten.
Yeah, all right.
North and south, east and west, here's information you'll be glad to know.
Special announcement. Here is wonderful news. By overwhelming popular demand, the closing date of our Charlie McCarthy free offer has been extended until February 28th. Yes, until February 28th. So even if you just started using Chase and Sandborn dated coffee, you can easily get Charlie free. Remember, Charlie's over 20 inches tall, made of strong cardboard, printed in brilliant colors. He sits right on your knee, and you can move his eyes and mouth and pretend to make him talk. He'll bring fun for months to come. And he's yours free. Here's all you do. On or before February 28th, mail us 4 bag fronts showing the date from 4 one-pound bags of Chase and Sandborn dated coffee. Dated coffee, you know, is the blend that's guaranteed fresh by our unique dating and rapid delivery system. It's rushed to your grocer freshly roasted with a delivery date plainly marked on the economical dated bag. And this date assures you of truly fresh coffee. Protects you against the harsh rancid taste of stale coffee and the dangerous effects it may have on your system. So enjoy this delicious blend you know is fresh. And don't forget, by February 28th, mail us 4 bag fronts, and we'll send you Charlie promptly and postpaid. Now, please take down our address. Chase and Sandborn, 420 Lexington Avenue. 420 Lexington Avenue, New York City. Don't miss this extra opportunity to get your full-color action likeness of Charlie free. Ask your grocer for Chase and Sandborn dated coffee tomorrow.
Well, after that musical massacre conducted by Edgar Bergen a few minutes ago, I think it's up to Dorothy Lamour to make amends. And she does it with a song she sings in the big broadcast of 1938. You took the words right out of my heart.
Here in the moonlight, I found my sunlight shining within your eyes. Now if you see me confused and dreamy, blame it on this surprise. You took the words right out of my heart, and it was like a bolt from the blue. You took the words right out of my heart when you said I love you. When you said I love you, I stood in a daze a while, for I felt that way too. The moment I saw you smile, I had the words and you in my heart. There wasn't room enough for the two. You took the words right out of my heart and left only room for you. You took the words right out of my heart when you said I love you. When you said I love you, I stood in a daze a while, for I felt that way too. The moment I saw you smile, I had the words and you in my heart. There wasn't room enough for the two. You took the words right out of my heart and left only room for
born an English gentleman and trained for the British diplomatic service, our guest, Boris Karloff, forsook the conference tables of Europe to win international fame before the cameras of Hollywood. For ever since his memorable performance in the picture Frankenstein, Mr. Karloff has been the world's most popular maker of chills and thrills. He's also one of the screen's finest actors. And tonight we offer a dramatization of one of Edgar Allan Poe's most famous and exciting stories, The Telltale Heart. Mr. Karloff will be the man whose experience this is. The man who... But let him tell his own story.
I will tell you the story, just as it happened to me. Just as it happened, you understand? Perhaps you'll say I'm mad, but I'm not. I'm nervous, yes. Very, very nervous. But how can you say that I'm mad? Now, just listen. Listen how calmly I can tell you the whole story. Everything that happened. I didn't hate the old man. I loved him. He never did anything to me. He never insulted me, never said anything about me. I wasn't after his money, and he had plenty of it. I don't know what it was. Yes, I think I do. It was his eye, an eye like a vulture, a pale blue eye with a film over it. It was the evil eye. Whenever I saw it, my blood ran cold. I had to destroy it. I laid my plans carefully. Every night at midnight, I opened the door of his room. Oh, so gently. I didn't want to wake him. You would have laughed to see how cunningly I thrust in a dark lantern and focused a single ray upon that vulture eye, that evil eye. Would a madman have worked so cautiously, so carefully as that? For 7 nights I found the eye closed. But on the 8th night, as he lay in his bed, I opened the door, slowly, very slowly. But the door creaked and it waked him. I could hear him sit up in bed, but I just stood there, not making a sound. After a long while, I opened the door a little wider.
Who's there? Who's there, I said?
Are you frightened? What are you doing now, old man? Aren't you saying to yourself it's only the wind in the chimney you hear? You're awake. You're not dreaming.
But who? What is it you want?
You're saying to yourself, it's only a mouse crossing the floor, aren't you? But you're wrong.
What is it?
Every night at midnight I must see your eye. But every night it has been closed.
Go away! Go away!
For 7 nights I have gone away. 7 nights. You never knew about that, did you?
I have money. Enough for both of us. Take it. Take it all.
It's not that. I don't want that. It's your eye, old man. I want your eye.
Take that light away. Don't shine that light on me.
Your evil eye.
You're mad. Go away.
Now I see it. Now I see it in this light. There it is. Wide open with that hideous veil over it. A vulture's eye.
I've been kind to you, haven't I?
Yes, but I must destroy that evil eye or it will destroy me.
Take that light away. You're mad, I tell you. You're mad.
Mad. My mind was never clearer nor my senses sharper in my whole life. What's that? Don't you hear that? That thumping? What is it? Wait. Shh. I have it. It's your heart. Your cursed heart. Stop it, I tell you. Stop it beating like that. Do you hear me? I said stop it or you'll wake the neighbors. Stop it. Stop it or I'll stop it for you. Now, if you still think me mad, you'll change your mind when I tell you of the pains I took to conceal the old man's body after I'd done away with that awful eye. The night was still young. But there was so much to do, and I had to work fast. I took up 3 planks from the flooring of the room and hid the old man so cunningly that no human eye, not even his, could have detected anything wrong. How could a madman have thought of all that? But the important thing was that I was free of that awful eye. There was the old man right under my feet, right under the floor, but his cursed heart was still. I was dancing a little jig to celebrate when... Who's there?
Open the door in the name of the law.
Who is it?
The police.
Oh, officer. It's rather early for a call, isn't it? However, won't you come in?
Sorry to disturb you, but some of the neighbors heard a scream. Report was sent into headquarters.
Someone heard a scream from my house?
We don't know where it came from. They couldn't say.
Oh, I see. Then why did you come here?
We've looked in several houses. Why should we make an exception of yours? The scream may have come from here.
Why, yes. I suppose it might have. You see, I had a rather bad nightmare tonight, and perhaps I screamed in my sleep.
Yes, I suppose that's possible. You mind if I have a look through your house? Purely a matter of duty, you understand?
Why, of course not. Look anywhere at all. I pride myself on always being willing and ready to cooperate with the police. Where would you like to start?
Let's start in this room over here.
By all means.
Whose room is this?
An old man who lives with me sleeps here.
Where is he now? This bed has been slept in.
Yes, I know. I slept there tonight.
Where's the old man?
He left for the country, fully a week ago.
This old man, you and he got along well? You had no quarrel?
Oh, we're the best of friends.
I see. Any of his stuff here?
Of course. All his money, his clothes, his jewelry, everything. You'll find them all right here.
Why didn't he take his belongings to the country with him?
He was going away for a rest. Rather a long rest, I would say. It's very quiet where he is now. He knew he wouldn't need his money or clothes or jewelry, so he left them with me. I was his closest friend.
I see. Well, everything seems to be in order.
Thank you. I thought you'd find it that way. I'm rather a quiet person, you know.
Yeah, you seem to be. I'm sure anybody'd swear you were an honest, law-abiding citizen. Well, I must be on my way.
Oh, no. Please don't hurry. You've done your duty. You've searched the neighborhood and found nothing wrong. Now, you must be fatigued. Let me give you a glass of wine. I have it right here.
Oh, that's nice of you. Don't mind if I do. Glass of wine on a night like this doesn't go amiss.
Here we are. Ah,
it's fine.
Sit down, officer.
Thanks.
No, not there. Let me place your chair for you.
Oh.
There. You like the wine?
Oh, that's excellent wine, sir. Oh, by the way, merely as a matter of curiosity, where was the old man when you saw him last?
Oddly enough, right where you're sitting.
Say, you feeling all right? You look pale.
I'm all right.
Can't sit still, can you, sir? What's the matter, nerves trouble you?
Well, I do have rather jumpy nerves. Do you find the wine good?
Oh, yes, indeed. It's excellent wine. About the best port I've ever had.
Pardon me, officer. Do you hear anything?
Oh, I thought I heard a shutter banging a minute ago.
No, not that. I guess it's just my ears, a sort of throbbing.
No, I didn't notice anything. Say, this wine...
Oh, yes, the wine. I take particular pains with my cellar. I always try to... Wait. Are you sure you don't hear that?
Well, not a thing. Maybe it's the wind. It's very windy outside.
Yes, perhaps that's what it is, the wind. You know, I always think... I hear it, I tell you, don't you?
I don't hear anything. Now sit down or you'll upset your nerves. And don't talk so loud. I can hear you perfectly. It's quiet in here.
Why are you smiling at me? I hear something. You don't hear it, you say?
I'm not smiling. It's your imagination, I think.
My imagination. It's not, I tell you. Here, I know where it is. It's here, right in this room. I can hear it throbbing. Oh, here.
Smashing that chair won't help, sir.
It will! It will, I tell you! I stopped it once, I stopped it, I tell you, and I'll stop it again!
But I can't hear a thing. No throbbing, nothing.
There it is! It's louder! Louder! Laugh! Go ahead! Smile! Smile at me! But I can hear it! Listen! Louder! It's getting louder!
Perhaps, sir, you'd better tell me now.
I did it! I did it! I can't stop it! Tear up the planks! His heart! Right there, I tell you! Go ahead! Tear up the planks, then you'll hear it! You'll hear it, too! It's his heart! His heart, I tell you! It's the beating of his accursed heart! The heart that won't be still!
The Chase and Sandborn Hour with Nelson Eddy, Boris Karloff, John Carter, Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy, Dorothy Lamour, the Stoud twins, Robert Armbruster, and your host, Don Amici, will continue in just a moment.
This is Don Amici in the Chase and Sandborn Hour with Nelson Eddy singing one of the most famous of modern Negro songs, Jacques Wolfe's familiar Shortman Bread.
Put on the skillet, put on the lid. Mama's going to bake a little shortening bread. That ain't all she's going to do. Mama's going to make a little coffee, too. Mammy's little baby loves shortening, shortening. Mammy's little baby loves shortening bread. Mammy's little baby loves shortening, shortening. Mammy's little baby loves shortening bread. Three little darkies lying in bed. Two was sick and the other most dead. Sent for the doctor. The doctor said, feed those darkies on shortening bread. Mammy's little baby loves shortening, shortening. Mammy's little baby loves shortening bread. Mammy's little baby loves shortening, shortening. Mammy's little baby loves shortening bread. I slip to the kitchen, slip up the lid. The slipper pocket's full of shortening bread. I stole the skillet, stole the lid, stole the gal to make shortening bread. Mammy's little baby loves shortening, shortening. Mammy's little baby loves shortening bread. Mammy's little baby loves shortening, shortening. Mammy's little baby loves shortening bread. They caught me with the skillet, caught me with the lid, caught me with the gal making shortening bread. Paid $6 for the skillet, paid $6 for the lead. Spent 6 months in jail eating shortening bread. Mammy's little baby loves shortening, shortening. Mammy's little baby loves shortening bread. Mammy's little baby loves shortening, shortening. Mammy's little baby loves shortening bread. Yeah.
Well, Nelson, you really put that song over. I could just about taste that shortening bread.
Well, thanks, Don. It's always nice to know that you like my songs.
Say, that calls for double congratulations, Nelson. There was an infinitive in that last sentence, and you didn't split it.
Oh, no, Don. I'm happy to say that the talk we had with Clarence Stoud last week straightened me out and took me off the road to ruin.
Yeah?
No longer am I an insplenitive fitter. I'm a new man. What do you think of that, Clarence?
Nels, old sock, you're a wow.
And what was that?
It was my intention to imply that you are a humdinger, a ball of flame, a lollapalooza.
What a pahooza?
A lollapalooza is a person who incarnates such outstanding attributes that the casual bystander is inspired to look upon him with admiration, or in the vernacular, to take somewhat of a gander at him. Isn't that a true analysis?
Yes, it is, but what causes those funny words to come out of you?
Well, Nelson, in the past, you have laughed at my fluent use of polysyllables. Now I resort to the vulgate or slang. You are a reformed infinitive splitter. I am a reformed rhetorician. Two little boys from reform school. This is serious, Claude. Gentlemen, in the future, polysyllables and I are not that way about each other. From now on, I'm just a mug, one of the mob. Babyface Clarence goes to town. Yes, unconscious, I am going to town. I'll help you pack. Pipe down, fraternal anathema, or I shall be constrained to slug you one right in the snoot.
Why, Clarence Stoud.
Unless your objections are irrevocable, palsy-walsy, that Clarence business is out. Just call me Chuck. Chuck him out of here.
All right, Chuck. What'll we call Claude?
You can call him Cluck. That's all right. I like that.
You know, Cluck, I think Chuck's running a temperature.
He's certainly full of hot air. I assure you, twerps, that I am normal and in complete possession of my faculties. What's more, I have not fallen on my conch, noggin, or coconut. How am I doing, Nelson?
Just call me Slug.
Slug Eddie. That's not a bad idea. You know, Nelson, Slug, I can't tell you what this change has done to me. This is only the beginning. As far as I'm concerned, everything is hunky-dory. The goose hangs high, the stuff is here, and it's mellow. He's slap-happy about the whole thing. When I ventured into this new language field, I had no idea that it would make me feel so hotsy-totsy. I am rapidly developing into a ding-dong daddy. My peepers have been opened. I'll be glad to close them for you. Claude, if you persist in this colossal effrontery, I shall be reduced to the unpleasant expedient of forcibly subduing you. Why don't you take a powder? Well, there's no necessity for that. I haven't a headache, nitwit. You are a headache, nitwit.
You're both headaches, nitwits, and I'm the one who's going to take the powder.
Nelson, I know just how you feel. I have been engaged in an attempt to be a regular guy, but it seems my efforts have been in vain. I can continue this hollow mockery no longer.
Don't take it on a lamb, Chuck. Stick around. You're doing swell. You're great guns. Your slang is tops.
Well, thanks, Nelson, old boy, old bean, old brick wall. Your praise has given me renewed determination. I am fully determined to truck on down. I shall take the dictionary over the ropes and swing it. You'll probably swing for it. Apparently, you lack perception. I feel you are a most uncouth bozo. Did you see how Slug Nelson has put me at my ease? Isn't he charming? Not particularly, no. Well, you're all wet, Claude. Nelson has more charm than a dog has fleas. Can you ignore charm? Can a dog ignore fleas? Well, that's beside the point. Nelson is a perfect example of charm. He is suave, cultured, handsome, compelling, and prepossessing. Can he cook?
I should say I can, Claude. I make the most marvelous biscuits. Simply marvelous. But you should see my real triumph. My own version of hamburger served a la carte.
Don't you even unhitch the horse?
Another remark like that, bird brain, and I'll give you the woiks.
How charming. This discussion may have its value, but I'm here to tell you that without charm, we are destined to wind up behind the 8-ball. An important element of charm, Claude, is the ability to smile pleasantly. You should always have a smile on your face. It's a nice place for it. You're darn tootin' it is. You should practice smiling in front of a mirror. I do. How can you keep from laughing? Claude, you burn me up. When I think of all the time, energy, and effort I waste on you, I begin to think I must be an idiot. What makes you doubt it? Cluck, you slay me. It's not a bad idea. I see I can't do anything with you, but perhaps someone else can. Oh, Miss L'Amour.
Just call me Babe.
Miss L'Amour, just for a moment, let's relinquish the use of slang. I don't wish to impose upon your good nature, but perhaps you might help me impress upon Claude the importance of charm.
Oh, of course I'll help you. Claude, wouldn't you like to be charming?
No.
Well, that ends that. What do I do now?
Well, convince him, Miss L'Amour. Don't give up.
All right. Claude, do you know Sir Walter Raleigh?
No, but I'm willing to meet him, babe.
Claude, dear, Sir Walter Raleigh was of another age. He was the height of charm. He spread his cloak in the mud, and when he did that, he made the Queen of England very happy.
Was she a dry cleaner?
Of course not. Sir Walter Raleigh saved the Queen's dainty little feet from becoming all covered with mud. Did you ever spread your coat in the mud for a lady?
Well, I did that once, yeah. You did it, and you kept it to yourself. That certainly is modest. When did it happen, Claude? Well, I got off a bus, and there was a girl behind me, and I spread my coat in the mud.
That's really charming.
Oh, it wasn't. I was in it. Claude, there is nothing fitting in the English language to tell you how I feel at this moment. The only way I can express it, begging everybody's pardon, is in slang. You're just a dead pigeon. Stop giving me the bird, will you? I shall make a last attempt to be myself. I hope you fail. I shall appeal to Don for assistance. Oh, Don.
Just call me Lug.
When I started this reformation, little did I know what paths it would lead me to. I can only say that I am remorseful, regretful, and chastened. I've bitten off more than I can chew.
Maybe you need a new set of teeth.
I implore you, Don, to assist me to show Claude the value of charm. Could you help me?
All right, Clarence, I'll try. I can't see you suffer this way. It hurts me. Claude, a man with charm should know how to order a meal properly in a restaurant. Can you do that?
Bring me a menu.
Oh, I see. You really want to do the thing right. Okay. This is the Continental Cafe, and I am the head waiter. You are the patron. Good evening, Mr. Stoud.
Hello, Log. Please, Claude, let's keep the slang out of it. Remember where you are. You are in a very fine restaurant. How did you get in?
Mr. Stoud, it is a lovely day, isn't it? It is a much nicer day than it was yesterday, isn't it? Of course, it has been very nice this entire week, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's going to rain tomorrow, though.
Well, the customer is always right. Now, what would you like to start the meal off with?
Some food.
Yes, I know, but what particular food do you prefer?
Bring me a flock of oysters will do.
Oh, that's very intelligent. Now, here's the wine list. What would you like to have with your oysters?
Pearls.
That's not a bad idea. Now, Mr. Stoud, perhaps I can interest you in something to drink. We have some very fine port wine, some lovely sauternes, some delicious Tokay, some bubbling champagne. What would you like to drink?
Draw one and slap a Senker on the side. Don, you can see what I'm up against. It's impossible to teach Claude charm. Now, will you please show him how a person with culture, a man with finesse, would order the same meal?
Well, I stroll into the restaurant, I bow to my acquaintances, I inspect the menu with care, and when I'm ready, I beckon to the waiter.
Well, that's really charming. Now, do you mind taking it one step further for Claude's sake? What exactly do you say to the waiter?
I say, garçon, draw two and slap two Sinkers on the side. I'm hungry. Brewster and the Chase and Sandborn Orchestra give us their version of The Three Blind Mice. Charlie, look, why are you in such a hurry?
Well, now.
Why are you in such a hurry? Where are you going?
Well, I'd like to get an early start.
Oh, stick around. You haven't met Mr. Karloff yet.
That's what I say. Let's get out of here early.
Oh, but you must meet Mr. Karloff and hear some of his hair-raising stories.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I'd rather not. Bergen, he might be interested in hair raisings. Well, it's getting a little thin up there. That will do. He's sensitive about that, too.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
No. In any case, Charlie, you can't go without saying hello to Mr. Carlo.
No.
No, he expressed a desire to meet you.
Oh, yeah? Well, keep the doors open, wide open.
Charlie, you're not really afraid of Mr. Carlo, are you?
No. But you've got to admit he's no Santa Claus.
No.
Charlie, did I hear you say you were going home?
Oh, boy.
How do you do, Mr. Carlo?
How do you do, Mr. Bergen?
Charlie, won't you say hello to Mr. Carlo?
Hello. Well, good night.
No.
Don't run away. I want to talk to you.
Well, I really should go home. I got a lot of homework to do.
Homework? Well, perhaps I can help you. Where do you live?
Well, I live, I moved there. He didn't get me that time. Oh, I'm too fast for him.
Yes.
Charlie, you've got the wrong conception of my character. Actually, I wouldn't hurt a fly.
No, but I'm not a fly, though. I wouldn't trust you further than...
Any further than what?
Well, they don't make distance that short.
Charlie, I came here expressly to invite you up to my home.
Oh, you did, yeah.
Well, I think that's very nice of you, Mr. Carlo, to extend that invitation to Charlie.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll enjoy it, Bergen.
You have a place in the city, or is it in the country?
Oh, it's way up in the hills. The only house for miles around.
Miles around.
Did you see? Oh. Well, that sounds like a beautiful spot.
Yeah, for a murder.
Why, that's ridiculous, Charlie. You know I'll make you comfortable. I'll stop at nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. Stick around, Bergen. Don't hold me. All right.
I've really got a lovely place, Charlie, especially at night when the sky is dark and the wind whistles through the trees.
Yeah, the ghosts play pinochle.
Have you a large house, Mr. Carlo?
No, it's quite comfortable, though. 8 rooms, a den.
A den, a den, yeah.
And one thing I especially like is that I've got loads of closet space.
Oh, yes.
That's where he hides them all day. Don't hold me, all right.
Well, now, don't you want to come up, Charlie?
You're not going to find me hanging around your closets.
Charlie, you're being silly, huh?
Well, it may be silly, but it's safe.
I understand, Mr. Carlo, that your greatest hobby is raising birds.
Yes, that's true. I have birds. I like them. They make very interesting friends.
What kind do you have? You got vultures? No.
Oh, now, Charlie, vultures. When I talk of birds, I mean canaries and parrots. Do come up and see my birds.
Spider and the fly. I'll outsmart him, that's all. I'm just too smart.
Oh, Charlie, you've taken my screen character much too seriously. Remember, on the screen, I was only acting.
Yeah, I know, but I still remember Frankenstein. Wow, what a chiller. Ooh.
You saw the picture?
I saw it, yes. I had to have my spine defrosted.
I've often wondered how it turned out.
Didn't you see it?
Well, no. I went into the picture, and after the first reel, I rushed out of the theater. I was too frightened.
Do you mean to say you couldn't stay for the finish?
That's right. But, Charlie, now, don't say anything to anybody. Let's keep this confidential.
Yes.
I'm somewhat ashamed of myself for being so easily frightened.
Is that so?
Why, do you know that while the picture was being made... Now, Charlie, don't say a word about this to anybody, will you?
Oh, you know me. I don't talk.
There were 2 assistant directors standing by me all the time saying, now, remember, Carlo, it's only a picture. It isn't true. It's only a picture. I'm so nervous about these things.
Is that the way you really are?
Yes, Charlie, that's the way I really am.
Wait till I tell the gang about this. Why, you know, Mr. Carlo, if you think that's terrible, I had an awful experience one night. I was walking along a lonely road, and a storm broke out. You know, lightning and thunder.
Oh, and aren't you afraid of thunder and lightning? I am.
Oh, well, I'm not. No. So I was just looking for a shelter, you know, and I came to an old rickety broken-down house, you know, cobwebs all over the door.
You didn't go in?
Oh, sure I did. It was a haunted house.
Oh, but that's very dangerous.
Oh, well, it gets worse, too. I tried to light a match and the wind blew it out, you know.
And you were in the dark alone?
Yes.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Oh, it's worse than that. And then I heard funny noises, see, like steps on a stair. But when I looked, there weren't any stairs, see. And then I heard a moaning, and I heard a groaning. And it went...
Oh, but that's awful.
Oh, it gets worse than that. And then suddenly, I saw a hand come out of the wall.
No, Charlie, please, that's enough, please. I can't stand it. I don't go. No, please, Charlie, don't. I can't stand it.
Well, would you like something to steady your nerves?
Well, yes, please. If I could have a glass of milk and some ladyfingers.
Ladyfingers? Well, as I was saying, I was in this house, you know, and I passed some skeletons, see?
Skeletons?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes. So I snuck up closer, see, on my tiptoes.
No,
see?
please,
Came closer,
please.
and I came closer, see, and suddenly a voice yelled, "Woo!" And the funniest thing, it was only the caretaker in the house, see? Mr. Karloff. Oh, Bergen, what's the matter? Look, what? Frankenstein has fainted.
Here, briefly, is something of special interest to everyone who enjoys this program.
Please remember this. Even if you just started using Chase and Sandborn dated coffee, you still have time to get a big action likeness of Charlie McCarthy free. Because of a deluge of requests from all parts of the country, the final closing date has been extended to February 28th. So don't miss this chance to get Charlie free. Charlie, you know, sits right on your knee and you can move his mouth and eyes. He's made of heavy cardboard over 20 inches high, printed in bright colors. Children, grown-ups, everybody loves him. And here's how you get Charlie without cost. On or before February 28th, mail us 4 bag fronts showing the date from 4 one-pound bags of Chase and Sandborn dated coffee. The blend you know is fresh. As soon as it's roasted, dated coffee is rushed to your grocer with a delivery date plainly marked on the money-saving dated bag. This date guarantees the freshness of dated coffee, safeguards you from the bitter, rancid taste of stale coffee, and the harmful effects it may have on your nerves and digestion. So enjoy Chase and Sandborn dated coffee. Mail us 4 bag fronts by February 28th, and we'll send you the big, amusing action likeness of Charlie McCarthy free. Take down our address. Chase and Sandborn, 420 Lexington Avenue, 420 Lexington Avenue, New York City. Be sure to get Charlie now that you have time enough. Buy a pound of Chase and Sandborn dated coffee from your grocer tomorrow.
Nelson, we all want to wish you the very best of luck for your concert tour this year. We're going to miss you while you're making these appearances, but we can't begrudge audiences a chance to see you in person as well as hear you. We'll certainly be glad to see you back as soon as your tour is completed. And believe me, we're all going to be on hand for your first concert here in Los Angeles next Wednesday.
Well, that's great, Don. There's only one thing I want to ask. If you bring Charlie McCarthy down, don't put him in the front row. He's liable to break me up in the middle of a vibrato.
Well, we can't promise you we won't bring Charlie. That wouldn't be right. But we'll fix it with Edgar so that Charlie doesn't heckle you while you're singing.
Well, I can't ask for any more than that. Thanks.
And now, Elson, how about John Carter?
Don, that's a pleasure. Before John Carter and I sing a duet together, I'd like to tell you something about him. He's only 26 years old, a native New Yorker, and I have a hunch, and a mighty strong one, that you'll agree with me that John is a young tenor who's going places and going fast.
Well, Nelson, if anybody should know, it's you. And, John, we're all backing Nelson's hunch and rooting for you.
Thanks, Don. And thank you, too, Nelson. And believe me, I'm certainly glad it's a duet and that you're singing it with me.
Nelson Eddy and John Carter singing Verdi's In This Solemn Hour, Solemne Questora.
Solenne in quest'ora giurarmi dovete, far pago il mio voto, lo giuro sul cuore cercate.
Thanks, Nelson and John Carter, for that beautiful interpretation of the famous duet from La Forza del Destino. You will all be glad to know that John Carter will be with us again next week when Miss Marlena Dietrich will be our special guest. And may I remind you that this hour with you is made possible by your purchases of Chase and Sandborn coffee. That's the best way of telling us you enjoy our show. Until next week, this is yours sincerely, Don Amici, saying au revoir.
This is Wendell Niles speaking for the makers of Chase and Sandborn Coffee. This is the Red Network of the National Broadcasting Company.
The makers of Chase and Sandborn Coffee, blenders and roasters of fine coffee since 1864, present Edgar Bergen, Bud Abbott and Lou Costello, Ray Noble and his orchestra. Our guest, the star of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer's Me and My Gal, Judy Garland, and Charlie McCarthy.
Hello, Judy, me darling.
Hello, Charlie. What's cooking?
Coffee. You want a mug?
Say, Charlie, do you know why a moth eats a hole in the rug?
No. Why does a moth eat a hole in a rug?
To see the floor show. Oh!
Say, Judy, how are you doing with this scrap rubber drive? There's a great surplus of rubber shortage, you know.
Yes, I've been turning in lots of it.
Good.
You know the saying, collect the ruber and beat Schickelgruber.
Yeah. Yeah, anything that snaps means slaps for the Japs. Say, Mr. Noble, what have you given, huh?
Well, I'm thinking of contributing a tired masseur down at my Turkish bath.
Tired masseur at your Turkish bath.
Yes. Worn out rubber. Jolly good, I think.
Yes, well, I'll tell you what you can do, Mr. Noble. I'll go out and dig up some more of this scrap, and you and have that rubber band of yours play extra snappy while Judy sings, I never knew I could love anybody, honey, like I'm loving you.
circles while playing the game of pretending. I never realized I wasn't wise what love could do. Now I'm facing a future that hasn't that one happy ending. And I'm a fool, I guess, to confess it all to you. I never knew I could love anybody, honey, like I'm loving you. I didn't realize what a pair of eyes and a baby smile could do. I can't sleep, I can't eat, I never knew a single soul could be so sweet. Oh, I never knew I could love anybody, honey, like I'm loving you. I can't sleep and I can't eat. I never knew a single soul could be so sweet. For I never knew I could love anybody, honey, like I'm loving you.
Thank you, Charlie. How did you do? Did you get any rubber?
Yeah, I dug up an old potholder of Bergen's.
A potholder?
Yeah, you know, his reducing girdle. Hey, let's you and me get in Bergen's Stanley steamer and haul that stuff over to the gas station. What do you say?
Okay, Charlie, that'll be fun.
Sure it will.
Just a minute, young man.
Hello, Bergen.
You're not taking my Stanley steamer anywhere.
No?
No. I'm going to use it myself tonight.
Well, see you later, Charlie.
Yeah, well, it's nice of you to stick with me.
Well, young man?
If you're going to use it, Bergen, you better give us time to take out the dishes and the clams first.
Dishes and clams.
Yes, sir.
What are you talking about?
Well, you see, Skinny Dugan and me have been taking that old car of yours down to the beach at Santa Monica.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, what for?
Well, it's very good for... Now, don't get mad.
No.
But you will.
No, what is it?
Well, I'll tell you.
Yes.
It's very good for steaming clams.
Steaming clams? What do you mean?
Well, your Stanley steamer is now McCarthy and Dugan's Clamateria.
It's what?
It's an auto grotto.
Oh, I see.
We specialize in the clam dam.
I see. And where do you get these clams?
We dig 'em.
You dig 'em?
Yes.
Dig 'em?
Yeah. Dig. Well, all right, yeah.
I see. Well, that's not very easy work, is it?
No, sir, it ain't. They're very sly, those little tricky things, yes. Those little sand squatters.
How do you find where they're buried, Charlie?
Well, you see, Skinny and me, we sort of sneak up on them.
I see.
And when we see one, we make a noise like a lady clam.
Lady clam?
Yeah. And when the clams come up to see what's cooking, they are.
I see. Well, who does the cooking, you or Skinny?
Pierre.
Oh, Pierre.
Yes, he's our cook. French cook, you know.
I see.
You must taste his barbecue, too, Pierre. Oh, and his grunions with onions.
Oh,
non gratis.
Oh, I see.
Oh, lovely.
Yes, well, I'd like to meet him.
He's waiting outside. He's in the cooker now.
I see.
I'll get him. Oh, Pierre. He's very temperamental.
Yes, I know.
Oh, Pierre Le Snurd. I'll get him. Pierre.
Mortimer, so you're Pierre Lesnerd, are you?
Yep. A Frenchman. Oh, sure. Bonjour, monsieur. Bonjour. Bonjour. Bonjour.
Yeah, I see. Regular Frenchman.
Yep.
What?
I mean, oui.
Yes. Parlez-vous français?
We was,
I say, parlez-vous français?
No, there you go. You're always clowning you and your Swedish accent.
No, I say, I understand you're a very good cook.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I'm quite notorious. Is that so? Yeah. I guess you've heard of Oscar of the Waldorf.
Yes, I've heard of Oscar of the Waldorf.
Well, I'm Mort of the Fischwharf.
Well, that's good, yeah. Now, tell me, I'm rather interested, Mortimer. Tell me about the various things down there. How was your cuisine?
There was about 5 of us there.
I see. Your cuisine?
Oh, well, the only relative I got is Grandpa.
Yes, I thought. Well, I was speaking of your food.
Oh, yeah, indeed, yeah.
What's the nicest dish you serve? The nicest dish you serve?
Oh, the nicest dish. Well, there's several. Yeah. The other day, a tall blonde in a bathing suit.
No.
She was mighty pretty.
No, I mean, what's on your menu? Your menu?
No.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say that.
No, I mean, you must have a menu.
I must, huh?
Yes, a bill of fare. A bill of fare.
Yeah.
What do you have on your bill of fare?
We don't use them.
Oh, you don't use them?
I just let the customers look at my apron. It tells the story.
We present 2 pictures before and after. The first is a home at breakfast time. The persons, Mr. and Mrs.
Where's my hat?
Aren't you going to finish your coffee?
Nope, no time. So long. See you tonight.
Well, that isn't very much like the first few months we were married. I wonder what's the matter.
That was before. Now, same scene, same people a few days after.
That coffee smells good.
Just wait until you taste it.
Can't wait. Sorry, gonna taste it right now.
Oh, don't burn yourself.
I won't. Boy, that's good. Just like downtown.
Like it?
Like it. Well, there's flavor enough in that cup to make 4 of the old kind. It must be Chase and Sandborn.
It is. A man's coffee.
Lady, you come here to me.
What? Why? What have I done?
Let's hear you say prunes.
Prune.
Once more.
Prune.
Did you get your Chase and Sandborn kiss this morning? If you didn't, get one tomorrow. Ask your grocer for the Chase and Sandborn coffee he's selling now.
I know that.
I used to be a bugler.
You did? My goodness. Look, come here. Costello, what's all this hey stuff?
Well, me and my wife just bought a farm. Hey!
Now, wait a minute. Just a minute, Costello. You bought a farm?
Yep.
Who did you buy it from?
Well, I bought it from a real estate man.
Do tell.
And he got fresh with my wife.
What do you mean?
He said he'd like to get her alone.
Well, what's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Nobody's going to get my wife alone.
No. He meant he wanted to get her alone in the bank.
What do I care? Alone in the bank, alone in the car. What's the difference? She's my wife.
You don't understand. He just wanted your wife to sign a lease.
Sign a lien?
Mm-hmm.
Abba, what kind of English is that?
What's wrong with that?
You mean sign a line?
No. A lien is a mortgage. Now, didn't you have to go through escrow?
I didn't go through escrow, pigeons,
No. You got your farm. Didn't you go through escrow?
No, I went through Burbank and Glendale.
Nah, you're a fine one to buy a farm.
How much did you pay down?
Well, the guy wanted $50.
Yes.
Then he came down to 40.
Yes.
Agreed to take 30, so I gave him 10.
What?
That's the way I do business. No chiseling.
I don't see why you wanted a farm anyway. You don't like farm life.
Yes, I do, Abbott.
No, you don't.
I think it's wonderful to lie under a tree on a hot day and let a cow kiss you to sleep.
A cow kiss you?
Sure.
That's sanitary.
No, but it sure cools you off.
No. Hey, by the way, what kind of a cow have you? A heifer cow?
I beg your pardon?
I say, what kind of a cow have you? A heifer cow?
A heifer cow?
Mm-hmm.
No, I got a whole cow. I got a whole flock of cows.
No.
I just got one. I got a flock of.
No, you don't understand. Not flock. Herd.
Heard what?
Herd of cows.
Sure, I heard a cow.
No, I mean a cow herd.
What if I care for cow herd? I just say nothing to be ashamed of.
All right. More about cows. I'm not in the mood.
You're not in what mood?
A cow mood.
Who cares for the cow mood?
Now, look.
Maybe it's mooing for me to come to milk her.
No, talk sense. You don't know how to milk a cow.
Who don't?
You don't.
One time I milked 1,000 cows with my left hand.
Why did you just milk with your left hand?
That's my own cow hand.
Look, what else have you got on your farm? Have you any bees?
Bees?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I got a whole herd of bees.
Now, there you go again. It isn't herd of bees, it's swarm.
What?
It's swarm.
Why don't you take your coat off?
Now, look, guys, giving me silly answers. How much honey does your bees give?
They don't give any, but I'm satisfied.
You're satisfied? What good are bees if they don't give honey?
They sting my mother-in-law.
I'd like to see that farm of yours.
All right, I got a picture of the place here.
Let me see.
See those two houses?
Mm-hmm.
One is the barn and the other one is my house.
Which one is the house?
The one with the horse looking out through the window.
Your farmhouse can't be fit to live in with a horse in it.
I have to take good care of that horse.
What do you mean?
He's a racehorse.
What's that got to do with it?
Me and Charlie McCarthy bought it. He owns half and I own half.
Which half does Charlie own?
The half that gets the oats.
What do you mean?
I don't want to talk about my half.
Why not?
It's a long tail.
All right, forget it. Charlie's...
I don't get it either.
No, look, if Charlie's going to feed the horse, then he'll have to buy the horse's fodder.
Why should he buy the horse's fodder? We got one horse already.
No, you don't understand. Charlie puts the horse's fodder in a bag and hangs it on your horse's nose.
Now, ain't our horse going to look funny with his fodder hanging on his nose?
Look, Costello, your horse eats its fodder.
What have we got, a cannibal?
No, certainly not.
Well, what does the horse's fodder eat?
He eats his fodder.
What do you know?
Yeah.
And what does the horse's mother eat?
She eats her fodder.
It's getting worse all the time. They just keep picking on the old man.
What do you mean?
I get it. This is Father's Day.
All right, never mind. Now, look, let me straighten this out. If Charlie feeds the horse, what do?
I keep the horse clean.
Oh, you're the horse's groom.
Now, ain't that something? Now the guy's got me married to the horse.
You curry the horse.
I curry him.
Mm-hmm.
He's big enough to walk himself. He's got to walk. I mean, after all, we're going to run him in a big race at Caliente?
Caliente.
Caliente?
Yes.
Caliente.
In other words, you're going to run him in a derby.
No, he don't look good in the derby. We can't get over
No.
his ears.
I'm trying to find out about your horse. Is he a mutter?
How can he be a mutter? Ain't a she always a mutter?
Certainly not. Sometimes a he makes a better mutter than a she.
Abbott, suppose a mama horse has little horses. Don't that make her a mutter?
Well, now, that depends on her feet.
My horse's feet are okay. Outside of, he limps a little with his front legs.
Oh, I see. He's having trouble with his forelegs.
No, I just said he only limps on his two front legs.
Well, Costello, your horse's forelegs are in front.
What is those things in back?
Don't you understand? Your horse has forelegs in front and hind legs in back.
Four legs in front and hind legs in back. What I got? A centipede? Now, Abbott, don't try to tell me about my horse. I know more about it than you do. I got him right there in the house.
Now, wait, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Your wife worked hard to help you buy this little farm, and now that she has her home of her own, you deliberately inconvenience her by letting her sleep in the house with a horse.
Well, the horse is clean.
Never mind that.
Well, I'm sorry.
You should be. You've got a nice big stable in the backyard, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
You have a nice clean stall with plenty of fresh straw on the floor?
Yes, sir.
Well, what's wrong with you?
I don't know.
Well, take a tumble yourself.
I'm sorry I'm doing all those things.
Well, what's wrong? What is
I didn't realize what I was doing.
Well, certainly.
I just loved the horse, that was all.
Well, you shouldn't do it.
After all, it was a nice, clean stall with plenty of fresh straw on the floor.
You've got plenty of it out there.
And it's a nice, big, clean stable.
Certainly it is.
I'll fix the whole thing up.
What are you going to do?
I let my wife sleep in the stable.
If there's music in your heart and you have an urge to get up and dance, it may be because today is the first day of summer. Or then again, it may be Jerome Kern's Smoke It's in Your Eyes, a la Ray Noble.
Judy, there's something I want to talk to you about.
What is it, Charlie?
Well, aren't you going to congratulate me?
Why?
Well-
Is it your birthday?
No, silly. It's Father's Day.
Well, I know it is, but what's that got to do with you?
Well, ain't I your sweet daddy?
Charlie, you're impossible.
Oh, no.
But say, did you buy Mr. Bergen a Father's Day present?
Well, I would. You see, there was. No.
Oh, Charlie, you're very, very thoughtless.
Dolus is the word. Dolus, yeah.
Listen, Charlie, who was it who always cheered you up when things looked darkest?
Well, that was Bergen did it.
And who was it who always nursed you when you were sick?
That was Bergen.
And who always loaned you money when you were broke?
Well, I don't know. I never met the man yet. Don't change the subject.
Well, I still think you should have gotten him something.
Oh, so there you are, children. Don't mention anything about it, you know.
No.
He doesn't know it's about
All right.
Climb upon my knees, sonny boy. Though you're only 12, sonny boy.
You do it right in front of Judy, don't you?
Uh-oh.
Hello, son. I get it. Yeah. Hello, Bergen.
Wonderful day, isn't it, Judy?
Yes. Yes, it certainly is, Mr. Bergen.
If it doesn't rain, it is.
Marvelous thing, fatherhood. Nothing like it. There's nothing more tender than the relationship between father and son.
You're right, Mr. Bergen. Why, do you realize that 50% of the parents are fathers?
Mm-hmm.
My goodness, that's practically half, isn't it? My.
Well, son?
Yes?
I don't suppose you have anything special to say to me, or anything?
No.
No.
Not a thing, no.
I see.
Hasn't come, I guess. I don't know.
Well, the day isn't over yet. I guess I'll just toddle along and leave you two children alone.
He really expected something, didn't he?
Of course he did, Charlie.
Oh, the way he hinted it was rude, I thought.
Well, if I were you, I'd go right out and buy him something.
Well, don't you think he'd be just as happy if I gave him one of those big Chase and Sandborn kisses? With
Well, listen, if I were you, I'd get him something to show what he's worth to you.
What he's worth to me?
Yes.
The 5 and 10 is closed today. Well, anyway, I don't know what to buy him. I don't.
Well, I think I'd get him something practical.
Yeah?
Something he can use.
Something he can use. Let's see now. How about a bowl?
A bowl?
Yeah, something to soak his bread in.
How about a billfold?
Oh, he doesn't fold them. He buries them. Say, do you think he'd like, clothing, huh?
Well, I've never seen him go anywhere without it.
No, that's right.
Maybe he'd like a beanie.
A beanie? I could get him a combination nutmeg grinder, pants presser, and lightning rod. How would that be? That'd be good.
Or how about a pair of open-toed earmuffs with a belt in the back?
Yeah. I guess it's not so good. Maybe you didn't say it loud enough. Should have said it so they didn't hear it.
Well, let's go to the department store. Maybe we'll get an idea.
Let's run.
How much money have you got? How much money have you got?
We can trade this egg in for something. And I got a cool buck and a quota. And you don't know how I've suffered to scrape it together. I just suffer and scrape and suffer.
Well, go get your piggy bank and we'll bring home the bacon.
Yeah.
Well, here's the store. Let's look around.
Maybe our man over there can help us. Are you the floral walker?
Yes, I'm the aisle pedestrian. Store hours, 9 to 5, 6 to 1, half a dozen of the other. And what can I do for you?
You got anything in the second?
Yeah.
I mean, we're looking for something for Father's Day for this young man.
Oh, isn't he rather small for a father?
No. Now listen, floral walker. We want you to show us some courtesy.
Righto. What size do you wear?
Well, let's see, about a 13.5 collar with a high instep.
Tell me, do you keep stationery?
Oh, no, I move around.
Well, what would you suggest that would appeal to a man about 35?
Yeah.
A blonde about 21, but of course we don't...
Do you have anything snappy in garters?
Oh, no, but we have something catchy in fly paper. Jolly good one.
Well, I don't know.
Listen, we're not getting anywhere here. Where's the gift department?
Oh, gift department.
Yeah.
Right over here. And this is one of our best salesmen, Mr. Thwing.
You don't say. Is it storming outside?
Oh, yes, indeed. I am a salesman, and I'm a first-rate salesman, too.
Yes.
And, well, no, I'm not exactly a first-rate salesman either because I'm more of a cut-rate salesman. And,
Okay.
well, no, what I mean is I'm a very hot salesman.
You're a hot salesman. You sell hot dogs, I
No, I
suppose.
do not. I do not sell hot dogs.
All right.
And hot dogs are sold in a pet shop. And if you want a hot dog, why on earth did you ever come in here in the first place?
Well, I'm beginning to wonder myself. That's a good question, I think.
And please don't finger the lingerie.
That's lingerie.
You don't say.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Go ahead and have a good time at my
We
expense.
enjoy it, yes.
You're just going to tease me until you get me into a snit.
A what?
And you're just trying to torment me because I'm a pretty old man.
Oh.
I'm not exactly a pretty old man either,
No.
but I'm not what you'd call homely.
No. All right, you're not a homely old man. You just have an ugly disposition, that's all.
Charlie, let's stop wasting time. Do you have any notions?
Oh, yes, I have oceans of notions. In fact, I have scads. And,
Scads.
well, no, I don't exactly have scads either.
No.
But
Well, have you got one notion, just one?
Yes, I have one notion. That's not to wait on you, and so I won't. And I'd like to say good day, and so I'm going to. Good day.
Poor man.
We'll have a tough time to top that, won't we?
Well, listen, maybe I'd better buy this present
Yes,
myself,
uh-huh.
Charlie. You know, shopping is an art. It needs a woman's touch.
How true, Judy. Now, here's my dollar and a quota. Y'all can take it on from here on. You hear me? Spend it all, you hear?
Well, now, let's see.
Yes.
What's this over here?
I don't know.
Oh, look, Charlie, isn't that the darlingest knitted snood?
A snood for Bergen? Are you kidding?
Not for Mr. Bergen, for me.
Yeah, but it's Father's Day.
And look, it's just $1.25.
It's my dough, too.
I think I'll take it.
Now I know what you mean by a woman's touch. Oh, Mr. Noble.
Yes, Charles?
Did you get breaking my heart? Did you?
Oh, did I get my Chase and Sandborn kiss this morning?
Yes, that's right.
Well, of course I did, Charles. Didn't you?
No, I didn't. But Buddy Twist has some Chase and Sandborn all hot and ready to pour. Maybe you could...
Maybe you'd like a cup, Ray, huh?
Why, you bet I would. Smell of it's been making my mouth water.
Well, here you are. Just taste it.
Wonderful, isn't it?
Tis, isn't it? Tis, yes, tis.
I don't see why you men should have a monopoly on that flavor.
As a matter of fact, we don't. The ladies are wild about it. So drink up, everybody. It's the finest blend we've ever made. And we think you'll say it's the finest coffee you ever tasted. This week, get Chase and Sandborn coffee. Be with us again next Sunday when Charlie's guests will be Walter Brennan and Jenny Sims. Charlie and the gang say it stands to reason, and it certainly does. The coffee roasters who supply more hotels, restaurants, and clubs than anybody else in the country know the kind of coffee men like. And ladies, this is it. Today's Chase and Sandborn. Serve it because he likes it and because you prefer it yourself. Get the Chase and Sandborn coffee your grocer is selling now. This is Buddy Twist saying good night from Hollywood. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy and Don Amici.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings once again from Edgar Bergen, Ray Noble and his orchestra, Dale Evans, our very special guests, W.C. Fields and Charlie McCarthy. Hi, Charlie.
Hello, Mr. Amici. Well, where is he? Where is he?
Well, what's the matter? You don't look very happy. You should be pleased that your old friend W.C. Fields is going to be here today.
Yeah. Well, he better not start anything around here, that's all.
Oh, now, Charlie, listen. You've got it all wrong.
Yeah?
Bill loves you. He thinks the world of you.
Small world, isn't it?
Oh, Charlie, look, why don't you forget the past? Forgive and forget. Live and let live. Hug and kiss.
What's in the jets?
Hale and hearty.
Hit and run.
Yeah.
Charlie. Hello, Bergen.
Now, your remarks are entirely out of order, young man.
Yeah?
Why, you have no right to say such things as you have about Mr. Fields. Why, he's a fine man.
Why, certainly is. I think you should repent and relent, reform and recant, liver and bacon.
Laurel and Hardy, Chase and Sandborn. Oh, don't start that darn stuff again.
All right, now, Charlie, when Mr. Field gets here, I want you to apologize for the things that you've called him in the past.
Apologize?
Yes.
I'll do more than that, Mr. Bergen.
Fine.
I'll even apologize for what I'm going to call him today.
No. Just for that, young man.
Now, slaughter.
No. Young man, I want you to go over in the corner and think of something very nice to say to Bill Fields today.
I will if Amici comes with me.
And I want you to sit down and say, I'll be very nice to W.C. Fields 100 times. Bergen. Now, go ahead and say it. All right. I'll be very nice to Bill Fields 100 times. I'll be very nice to Bill Fields 100 times. I'll be very nice to Bill... In fact, it was so lovely. I'm going to do something for you.
Oh, so you're going to do something for me, huh?
Yes, I need friends today.
I see.
Mr. Michi, I'm going to autograph a muscle for you.
Autograph? I don't get it.
Well, Mr. Michi, you will. You see this little outfit here?
Yes, I see it.
Well, now look.
Yeah? Well, what in the world is that?
That's what you call it, one of those skin sketchers.
A skin sketcher?
Yeah.
Well, what? Oh, you mean a tattooing set?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
One of those epidermis embellishers.
Oh, I see. Where'd you get that, Charlie?
Where'd I get it? Well, you might say it was given to me. It was sort of given. Old man Dugan, you might say.
Oh, so old man Dugan gave it to you, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's nice of him, isn't it?
Yeah, well, he didn't...
Very nice of him to give you that, isn't it?
No, he didn't exactly give it to me outright, you might say.
Oh, you mean he doesn't know you've got it, huh?
Well, let us say it was more of a trade sight unseen. That's what it was.
I see, yeah.
What I mean is he didn't see me take it.
Yeah, I get exactly what you mean, Charlie, exactly. You know, it must be very interesting work, this tattooing, Charlie.
Oh, it is. It's very good, it is. It gives me a chance to express my artistic self, you know.
Yes.
Most fascinating work it is.
Yes, I can understand that. I suppose after a while it does get under your skin.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Michi. You are the one, aren't you?
What kind of work have you been doing with this skin embroidery set, Charlie?
Well, yesterday I tattooed the Constitution on Schuyler Van Snort's back, you see.
Yeah?
But I didn't quite finish it.
Well, what's the matter? Did you run out of ink?
No, Schuyler ran out of skin. Now, how about it, Mr. Michi? Why don't you let me go to work on you? I could do a lovely seascape on your chest, huh?
No, Charlie, I don't think so. The noise of the surf always keeps me awake at night. You see, I have a little trouble sleeping.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Do you try going to bed at night? Do you do that?
Yes, I do that.
Well, I tell you what I...
Not as a regular routine,
No,
you know.
You should tell me.
Often enough.
And then I could... You know what I'll do for you, Don?
What?
I'll tattoo a checkerboard on your stomach, huh?
Checkerboard?
Yeah.
Well, what good would that do?
Well, as long as you're going to be awake at night, you could play checkers in bed.
Pretty good idea. Would the color be permanent?
Oh, I use incredible ink, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, would your tattooing last me a lifetime?
Well, it would unless you got a complete retread.
You know, Charlie, I'd like to see your tattooing set work.
Well, thank you, Mr. Michi.
Yeah, but not on me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, of course, there's always Ray Noble, isn't there?
Yeah. Here we go again.
Here we go.
Oh, Mr. Noble. Hello, chap. Well, what is it? Mr. Noble, would you like to do your bit toward advancing a young man in his artistic career?
Yeah.
Well, who's the young man?
It's me.
Oh, no. No, I'm not falling for any of your skin games, thank you.
Skin game? Oh, how did you know?
Well, Charlie, what's the racket this time?
Well, Mr. Noble, I've chosen a career of tattooing, and you have the skin I'd love to retouch.
Well, Charles, I don't know. Are you sure that you're artistically capable? Oh, why, Ray, how can you ask that? Well, Charlie's pictures are the work of a master.
No, yes.
A master.
Thank you, Don. Thank you. Why, someday you may be hung in a National Gallery.
Well, tell me, Charles, just how do you do it?
Well, of course it's done by electricity.
Yeah, imagine. Look, come on, Ray. Roll up your sleeve and we'll try a picture on your arm. No,
Do you have anything in mind, such as a girl's name?
Wait a minute. I've got it. How about your family crest? Oh, that.
Yes.
Well,
What is your family crest, Mr. Noble?
Well, as a matter of fact, Charlie, it's a crumpet rampant on a field of damp tea leaves. Strictly one of the oldest families in town. Oh, isn't that one?
Yeah.
We could fit you to a T.
Oh, he's a couplet. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, all right, so be it. I shall start crumping. Turn on the juice, will you?
Quick, Watson, the needle.
Stand still, will you, Mr. Noble?
I don't know how I get mixed up in these things. What's the matter? What's the matter, Ray? I say you're tickling me. Well, no, I can't stand it, really. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Well, Charlie, can't stand it.
I think that applause was unnecessary, don't you?
Believe me, as unnecessary as anything I have ever heard.
I thought he was inadequate in the part, personally.
Completely. Couldn't stand it. It tickles him.
That's disgusting.
That certainly is crumpet for a crest.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't burn me up anymore, no.
Well, Charlie, the first customer's gone.
Yeah. But he's not my first, you know. He's my second.
Second?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Have you seen Bergen?
Bergen? Well, now, don't tell...
Yes, I got him when he was asleep.
No.
Right on top of his head. What a spot for a mural. What's going on here, fellas? Don't say a word, No. Hello, Mr. Bergen. Hello, Charlie.
Look, Charlie.
Yeah?
Ask him to take his head off.
Yeah, like I just told you. Just be patient.
I'm going to ask him to take
I will.
Go on. Ask him to take it off. Go on, ask him to take it off.
All right, I will. Well, now, why did Ray run out of here in such a hurry? What was the matter here?
Well, Edgar, Charlie started to tattoo his arm, and he just couldn't take it.
Oh, I see. Tattooing.
Yeah.
So that's what you're doing? Yes, sir. Well, what's next? You are. No,
Come on, how about it, Edgar? Wouldn't you like a nice anchor on your chest?
Anchor on my chest?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I wouldn't care for that. Well, how about a stained glass on your bay window? Well, now... I can't imagine myself walking around with tattooing on me. You can't? No. Well, you haven't seen the top of your head lately, have you? What do you mean, top of my head? What do you mean by that remark? Well, Mr. Bergen, do you remember taking a nap this afternoon?
Yes, well...
No.
Come on, bend over, Edgar. Let me see your head, will you?
Charlie, did you print something up there? You're a walking billboard, Bergen. What does it say, Don? What does it say, huh?
Eat it, Joe's.
Old friend. Not too loud on that old stuff, please, Don.
An old friend, W.C. Fields. And as the saying goes, old friends like old wines improve with age.
Yeah, they improve with age, eh?
Yeah.
Mine's a noggin, the father's ruin.
Well, certainly good to see you again, Bill.
Oh, thank you, Dan.
The name is Don, Bill.
Oh, sure. No, Don Amici.
That's right.
I was going to call you D.A., but folks would think the flatfeet were after me again. I love you, Don. In fact, everybody loves you.
Well, thank you, W.C.
Don, you remind me of my dear old pater. Kindly old gentleman. He used to sit in the living room and spin yarns for hours. Then there were times when he'd just sit in the living room and spin.
Well, Bill, he must have been a remarkable man.
Oh, yeah, remarkable man, Don.
You know, Bill, since we last saw you, there's been an awful lot of water under that bridge.
Yeah, water. That's the place for the Catholic stuff.
Well, Bill, now that you're here, I hope there won't be any fighting between you and Charlie, you know?
Fighting? Why, Don, you're talking to a new Fields.
A new Fields?
Yes, Don, a peaceful man. I'm full of the spirit of friendship. Every night. By the way, where is the little jockey? I'd like to talk to him.
Well, here I am, Mr. Fields.
Well, Charles McCarthy, my little pal. I missed you, Charles. I've been carrying the torch for you.
I can see it on your nose.
Bright little nipper. Oh, that new paint job on there. Well, Charles, in spite of some of the things you say, I love you. I love you because you never change. You're always the same.
Thank you.
Always the same, a little rat.
Now, look, fellas, please. Yeah, Charlie, if you would only cooperate and avoid these disgraceful scenes like we've had in the past.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to promise that you will make no remarks.
Oh, all right, Mr. Bergen. I promise.
I'm glad to hear that, Charles. Because I'm here today bearing an olive branch.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah.
You know, Mr. Fields, I have something that might interest you.
Yes?
Yes. You see, I own a tattooing set, Mr. Fields.
A tattooing set?
Yes.
And I could give you an awfully good price on a dim-out job on that nose of yours. You know, a little nasal needlepoint is what
Oh, Mary, you silly little scantling. I'll take my... Oh, mine will do.
Well, that's a switch.
He wants to do a dim out on my nose, eh? If I had a match, I'd commit arson on him.
Well, if I had a rake, I'd stick it in your mouth and rinse you out for an alcohol lamp. No.
Charlie and Bill, listen. Charlie, quiet. Now, Bill didn't come here to fight with you. He's the new Fields, a brand new Fields.
Oh, I got new fields to conquer, huh?
Quiet, Charles, or I shall be compelled to saw you into an xylophone.
Why, listen, if I get mad, I can really mad.
The great fight will switch you in. In this corner we have half-pint McCarthy, and in this corner we have 2-quart Fields.
Another thing I do.
Charlie, and tell Mr. Fields that you're sorry for what you said.
Sorry?
Yes.
I refuse to be a middleman to such a fib.
Oh, no. Job on my nose, a little fuel.
See, there you go. There you go insulting me again, Mr. Fields.
Why, Charles is a term of endearment. I'm being kittenish.
Kittenish? Well, I don't like your puss. Charlie. You know, I don't think Mr. Fields loves me anymore. That's clear.
I never said I didn't love you. I've got a soft spot in my heart for you. And a corresponding spot in my head. That explains it. Tell me, Charles.
What is it, Mr. Fields?
Is it true that your father was a gate-leg table?
If it is, your father was under it.
Have a tick, you birch brain.
What is it, Lantern Snoot?
Are you inferring that my father was a drinking man?
I guess I shouldn't say that. No, your father wasn't a drinking man.
That shows how little you know about it.
You know, Bill, he must have been a remarkable man.
Oh, he was, Don.
Yeah?
Do you know what my pater said to me one day? Pater, that should have been, yes.
Yeah, well, what did your pater say, Bill?
Well, you really want to know.
I really want to know, yeah.
It was the day I turned 16.
Oh, just how old are you now, Mr. Fields?
Well, you might say I'm looking forward to my 40th natal day.
Looking forward?
Yeah.
You're facing the wrong way, aren't you?
Very clever, Charles, very clever. Why don't you go outside, blood poison, and sit on my buzzsaw? Imagine that little rat wants to do a dim-out job on my nose.
Oh, now, Bill, look, don't get excited. Remember, Charlie's an orphan.
Oh, yes, an orphan. It reminds me of stale champagne. Go ahead, Don. Ask me why an orphan reminds me of stale champagne.
No, Pop?
Don, the more I talk to you, the better I like McCarthy.
You were talking about your father, Bill.
Oh, yes. Well, where was Father? Oh, yes, I forgot to tell you, Don. Peter passed away at the age of 104.
Did your father die of old age, Mr. Fields?
Yes. No. He was kicked to death by a horde of infuriated grasshoppers. What's the matter with that kid? Plain warped? If I had a shotgun, I'd make a cribbage board out of it.
You tanker, if I had a torpedo, I'd sink you.
No way, I'll throw a termite on you.
Oh, now, Bill, listen, your father must have been a remarkable man.
Oh, yeah, remarkable man, Don. He always traveled in the best of circles.
I suppose he was a bon vivant, huh?
Oh, yes. No, Don. One leg was shorter than the other. This was later remedied by an operation which removed a small length of brass rail from under his metatarsal arm. Tell me, Charles, do you have your legs shaved or they just pull the leaves out?
Why, you wizard of snaz, you. I'll push your beezer so far through your face you'll smell coming and going.
Quiet, you squirrel's warehouse. Let me out of here. Let me out.
Oh, did you ever see a dream walking? Well, it ain't me.
Good grief, but just look at those bruises on your face and head. Why, you look positively atrocious.
Yeah, well, thanks, sir. You look pretty good yourself, Mr. Burke.
Your poor head and those bumps there. Well, my. It's in pretty bad condition.
Yeah, well, you don't think they'll have to amputate it, do you? No.
No, I don't think they'll have to remove your head.
Well, I hope not. I kind of need it as a place to keep my hat, you know.
Yeah. What happened? Were you kicked by a mule?
No, it wasn't that.
I see. Fell off a bar?
No. Ask me if I was hit by a truck.
All right. Were you hit by a truck?
No, it wasn't.
Well, now, how did it happen?
Well, I'll tell you, it was like this. You see, Charlie got me to go into one of them there, wrestling matches.
Wrestling matches,
yeah. And he covered my face, and I was known as the masked moron.
The masked moron?
Oh, yeah, You can make a lot of money if you stay in the ring, you know.
I see, yeah. Mortimer, didn't you know what Charlie was getting you into?
I don't know.
No, I guess. What kind of a fool are you?
Oh, my kind, I guess. Charlie said that wrestling was easy.
Oh, you're so gullible.
Yeah. Oh, that was it? Yeah. I'm gullible. Gullible? Yeah. I don't know what it means that I'm gullible.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you. If Charlie told you black was white, you would believe him.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, ain't it? No. I don't know. I haven't traveled very much, I know.
Well, now, who was your wrestling match with?
A fella called Gruesome Gus.
Gruesome Gus?
Yeah. The Pomona Pulverizer. I see.
Well, isn't he the wrestler who agrees to pay $25 to anyone who could stay in the ring with him 10 minutes?
Yeah, boy, them 10 minutes, they sure flew. Yeah. And so did I most of the time. Yeah.
So you went into the ring with this bruiser and you actually exchanged blows with him?
Well, not exactly that. I just kept the ones that got. He said he'd pin my ears back.
Weren't you scared?
No, I thought maybe they'd look better that way. Yeah.
So you started mixing?
Yeah, we started mixing. Next thing I knew, I had a turned-up nose. Turned-up nose. Yeah, turned up behind my ear. Oh, I see. Made it pretty hard for smelling, though.
Yeah. Well, tell me then what happened, Dad.
Well, I don't know. Long about that time, I looked up and I saw a face that I recognized in the third row.
Is that so?
Yeah.
A face you recognized. Who was it?
It was me. Oh, you see.
And still you didn't give up. Well, all I can say is, stout fella.
Well, thanks. You're getting a little bulgy yourself. Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm proud that you stood up to him like that. In other words, I'm glad to see that you got red blood in your veins.
Well, he didn't leave very much of it there. Let's face it, he clobbered me.
It was really bad.
Yeah, I'll say it was. Finally, he got so rough with me that my mask came off.
Oh, your mask came off?
Yeah.
Then what happened?
He got one look at my face and he fainted.
Sandborn Coffee bring you the Charlie McCarthy Show, starring Edgar Bergen and Don Amici.
How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? This is Don Amici inviting you to join us in our regular Sunday evening get-together. Out here in Hollywood, we have as our guest the voice in person, Frank Sinatra, and, of course, Ray Noble with his orchestra and the lovely Joan Merrill. Still in New York, that citadel of snow and ice, our footloose friends, Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy.
there. Hiya there, Moochie. Have you been looking after things for me like I asked you to?
Oh, I have, Charlie. I certainly have. And you know, she doesn't miss you a bit.
Oh, she doesn't, yeah?
No.
Why, you snake in the grass, you.
Say, have you met many pretty girls back there?
Well, it was a bit lonesome at first, but things began picking up since I learned how to whistle with a Brooklyn accent.
Say, Charlie, old boy. Charlie, what have you been doing in New York?
The town.
And what has Edgar been doing?
Well, Ray, I had a rather nice time today. Just strolling along Fifth Avenue, looking in windows.
Oh, you old rascal, you.
No.
But say, Charlie, aren't you getting fed up with that cold weather back east?
No, we love it, Amici. We just adore it. It's so crisp and clear and cold.
Yes, Don, this kind of weather really puts hair on your chest.
Yeah, that's right. Now Bergen started going around without his hat on.
All right.
Say, Charlie, don't you miss the outdoor sports we have here in California?
Outdoor sports in California? What outdoor sports? Can you ice skate in Hollywood?
Well, no, it's too warm for that.
Can you ski in Hollywood?
No, it's too warm for that, too.
Okay, I'll be back next week.
Oh, Charlie, will you really?
Yes, Joni, my sweet. I'm bringing you something back from New York that any girl would just love to have.
Not nylons.
No, me.
Oh, Charlie, I can hardly wait.
And, Joan, we can hardly wait to hear you sing. What is your song going to be?
Get happy. Forget your troubles and just get happy. You better chase all your cares away. Sing hallelujah, come on, get happy. Get ready for that judgment day. The sun is shining, come on, get happy. The Lord is waiting to take your hand. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. We're heading for that promised land. We're heading across the river, wash your sins away in the tide. It's all so peaceful on the other side. Forget your troubles, come on, get happy. You better chase all your cares away. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. Get ready for that judgment day. The sun is shining, come on, get happy. The Lord is waiting to take your hand. Shout hallelujah. We're heading for the promised land. We're heading across the river, wash your sins way up in the tide. It's all so peaceful on the other side. Forget your troubles and just get happy. You better chase all your cares away. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. Get ready for the judgment day. For the judgment day.
Isn't it nice to hear Joni sing?
Yes.
Oh, it'll be nice to get back and see the old gang. But I sure had a lot of fun here, though. You too, Bergen?
Yes, Charlie, I have. As a matter of fact, I'm still amazed at something very exciting that happened to me last night.
Do tell.
Yes.
What'd you do?
I went into a little gypsy tea room.
Weren't you afraid?
No. Certainly not. And a gypsy fortune teller came over to my table, and she did the most amazing thing.
What'd she do? Pick up the check?
No. No, she was interested in the tea leaves in my cup.
Don't tell me they're smoking them now.
No.
Well, I didn't know.
No, you see, she read my fortune in my teacup.
Yeah?
Yes.
She did?
Yes. And she could do the same for you.
Well, I don't think it would work.
Yes, it would.
No, why? I drink out of a saucer. That's pretty good.
Yes. Well, you can laugh if you want to, but I tell you that gypsy can read a future in those tea leaves.
Poppycock, I calls it. Just poppycock. That's what I calls it. How could she?
Well, I believe there's a strange destiny that shapes our ends.
I can think of a dozen answers to that one. Yes. But I will only say, I believe there's a destiny that ends our shape. What do you say, Avocado?
All right. I tell you, Charlie, there's something to this business. You know, I think I could make a rather good thing out of reading leaves professionally.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, you better learn how to do it with coffee grounds. Mr. Sandborn will shape your destiny.
Yeah.
And you'll get it in the end.
All right. You see, this gypsy explained to me that tea leaves, you can tell a great deal by the way they're bent.
Well, I get it straight. What are you trying to say? All
right. What I mean is, for example, if a tea leaf is shaped this way,
yeah,
that means the letter A.
Is that so?
Yes.
Fascinating.
Yes. And if it's shaped sort of like this, that means W.
You don't say?
Yes.
Well, why don't you just get a bowl of alphabet soup and be done with it? What did she tell you?
Well, she told me my name.
Yeah?
Yes.
Didn't you know it?
Yes, but it proved something.
Yeah, that you had one.
Yes. She also told me I was going to make a long trip.
She did?
Yes.
Did she tell you how you were going to get a reservation?
No. And then she said, this is rather vague, but I rather liked it.
What did she say?
Well, she said,
oh, you can tell me. I'll only tell everybody.
Yes. Well, she said I was rather fascinating to women.
No.
Yes.
Yes. Are you going to believe her? Or bitter experience?
And then she told me some of my faults.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, she said one of my faults is that I forget the little things.
Yes, well, you certainly forget this little thing, I'll say that.
Yes, well, I think you're just being smart.
Well, that's more than you're being, Bergen, in this nonsense about fortune-telling.
You think so?
Next thing, I suppose it will be, you will be mugging around with palmistry or something like that, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact...
Don't tell me.
Yes. I have been dabbling with the theory that one's future is found in the stars and reflected in one's hand.
Must be fascinating, I bet you, huh?
Yes, it is fascinating. Do you know that the zodiac is divided into 12 parts?
You don't say, man.
Yes, it is, yes.
Well, that's good.
Well, of course it's good.
Makes it practically portable.
Yes. And do you know that the whole series of 12 shifts westward from the vernal equinox 1 degree in 72 years?
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, I don't think I'll wait for that.
Well, and the signs are given to such names as Taurus the bull, Cancer the crab, Leo the lion,
Mickey the mouse.
Oh. Well...
Huh? Was I warm?
No. From your remarks, I take it that you know nothing about the subject. But I will tell you a few things, Charlie.
Well, thank you.
Let me hold your hand.
Well, I don't know you very well.
Oh, stop. Give me your hand.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Most people charge $1 for a reading, but I'll do it for 50 cents.
Oh, you are most generous. Most generous. What if I don't have the 50 cents? What do I get then?
You get nothing.
Nothing?
Yes.
Don't I even get my hand back?
Oh, yes. Now, let's have it very quiet, please.
Yes. Are you going in a transom?
Yes. The hand is composed of the palm, 4 fingers, and the thumb.
Say. You've gone into this thing pretty deep, haven't you?
I am summarizing the obvious.
Yes. Well, let's accentuate the obvious positive.
If your fingers are long and graceful, you are the creative, emotional type.
Mm-hmm.
If they are short and stubby, you are the square type.
And if you find webs between them, you're a duck.
All right. Now, as I look into your hand, Charlie, I can see a certain shrewdness there.
You can?
Yes. You don't fall for crackpot ideas.
No?
No.
Then why am I listening to you?
Oh. And I'm very happy to tell you, Charlie, that a great love will come into your life.
What, again?
And one thing is very clear. You must organize your life.
Why?
Well, you must organize your life or you will wind up selling your heritage and your opportunities for a mess of pottage.
Yeah?
Yes.
See. What are they paying for pottage these days, Arthur?
At the table, our food supplies its nourishment. We provide the appetites. But what Chase and Sandborn coffee brings to the table is more pleasure with meals and between. Wherever you go these days, you'll hear the praise of this long-time flavor favorite. It's been filling cups with all the flavor they could hold for the past 81 years. And the faster tempo, the more exacting demands of the past few years have brought all this home to new thousands. More people enjoyed Chase and Sandborn coffee in the past year than ever before. That's the biggest swing in our entire 81-year history. We've learned that flavor and satisfaction do not show on the scales. All coffee weighs the same, and the only place to measure its goodness is in your cup on the table. That's where Chase and Sandborn pays off with its lavish extra flavor. At mealtime, or when coffee is on its own, just coffee for coffee's sake. Chase and Sandborn makes the occasion. Take advantage of that. Always ask for Chase and Sandborn coffee.
Say, Charlie, there's a man standing here beside me who says he's sorry he didn't get to see you when he was in New York.
Well, I can't see all my fans.
Oh, I think you'd have wanted to see this man, Charlie. It's Frank Sinatra.
Who?
Frank Sinatra. Surely you've heard of Frank Sinatra.
What did he do?
Well, I'll tell you what did he do, Charlie. Just sit tight and hold on to your socks as we hear There's No You, sung by Frank Sinatra.
I feel the autumn breeze. Its stills cross my pillow, as soft as a willow wind. And in its song there is sadness because there's no you. The lonely autumn trees, how softly they're sighing, 'cause summer is dying. They know that in my heart there's no gladness because there's no you. The park that we walked in, the garden we talked in, kiss and recapture that summertime rapture we knew. And from that day, nevermore will I say, there's no you. In spring we'll meet again. We'll kiss and recapture that summertime rapture we knew. And from that day, nevermore will I say, there's no you.
fine, Frank. That was really swell. How did it sound back there in New York, Edgar?
Bergen ain't talking. He swooned.
What did you think of the number, Charlie?
Well, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. The number's all right. It's the...
The what, Charlie?
Well, it's the way you booted it around. It was a little flat in the staccato and kind of obligato in the mezzanine. I'm speaking technically, of course, but I'm sure I could make you a success.
Well, tell me, Charlie, what makes you think you could make me a success?
Well, look what I did for Bergen.
Oh, come on now, Charlie. Don't tell me you want to be Frank Sinatra's agent.
Why shouldn't he be? Everybody else is.
I'd like to see a young man get ahead, especially me.
But, Charlie, we've never even met. Why, I'll bet you don't even know what I look like.
Oh, that's all right. I can tell from the sound of your voice. I can just picture you now. A great big He-Man.
Thanks a lot, buddy, and send me a copy of that picture, will you, kid?
Now, shall we talk about signing the contract?
Well, why? I haven't been doing too bad without you, hey?
Oh, maybe in your own little way. But I'll make you popular with the girls.
That's what I need. By the way, Charlie, how do you stand with the girls?
Just as close as possible.
You know, Charlie, you mustn't forget that I'm not exactly new at this radio business.
Well, yes, that's true. But what future is there in those singing commercials?
You know, frankly, Frank, I don't think Charlie knows anything at all about singing.
You keep out of this, Amucci. People don't seem to realize that I taught Nelson Eddy everything he knows.
You what?
Well, what I mean is I sort of worked with him.
You what?
What I mean is I spread the butter on his Shortman Bread.
Butter? Now I know he's lying.
Okay, so it was all your margarine. I don't know.
Oh, I say, Charlie, old boy.
Ray Noble.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just the man I want to see.
Oh, don't be silly, old fellow. You can't see me. I'm 3,000 miles away.
Yeah, well, maybe it's better that way.
I say, that's awfully nice of you, old chap. Really. Thanks.
Yeah. Ray, I need your advice. Now, Ray, stop mugging out there.
Awfully sorry, Charlie, old boy. Frightfully sorry.
I like the lad, but I just don't trust him. Ray, you know, I need your advice because you're a voice expert, aren't you?
A voice expert? Oh, rather, yes. I've listened to so many singers, my ears are positively hoarse.
Yeah. Oh, I can't pass that one up. Oh, they're too long for that. But tell me, what do you think of this guy, Sinatra?
Well, rather embarrassing, old boy, you know. I mean, he's standing right here beside me, I think.
Yeah.
That's okay, Ray. Just pretend I'm not here.
Oh, that isn't hard to do, old boy, if you stand sideways.
Look who's talking.
Never mind, Ray. I'll handle this my own way. It's a deal, Frank, huh?
Well, I don't know, Charlie.
Oh, well, you wouldn't want to let this opportunity slip through my fingers, would you?
Well, tell me, Charlie, just what is your proposition?
Well, whatever you make, we split even. 60-40.
60-40? You call that even?
They're even numbers, aren't they?
Oh, I'm sorry, Charlie. I think that perhaps...
Well, don't thank me. Don't thank me. That's all right. You can work out all the details with my West Coast representative. He's there right now. Hey, Gazzola. Are you there, Gazzola?
Ah, Charlie, my good friend. Here I am, and believe me, friend, like the saying is, a friend in the need is a whatchamacallit.
Okay, Gazzola, you know what to do now.
Oh, sure. Don't you worry, you put it in the heads. I'll fix him up for good.
Who are you?
I'm Antonio Giovanni Giuseppe Pasquale Tommaso Amici Gazzola.
What's that spelled backwards?
Butch.
Okay, Butch. I'm a Francesco Sanicola Giuseppe Enrico Stordolo Sinatra.
That's fine. Just call me Gazzola for short.
You know, Gazzola, just between you and me, I don't trust this guy McCarthy. I think he's trying to hand me some wooden nickels.
Sure he is. That's the way he's got to me. Hey, just a minute. What do you think? Talking like this about my good friend Charlie, I'm going to push your face in, Mr.
My name is Sinatra.
I'm going to push your face in, Mr. Sinatra. That's Italian name, no?
Si.
Well, Samanigono, this is wonderful. You know something? I'm Italian, too.
You're Charlie the people, huh? Really?
Sure. Of course, and I've been here so long, I got this Yankee accent.
Tell me, Gazzola, you ever get homesick?
Oh, no. I never stay home long enough to get the sick. But to say, let me tell you all about my 8 bambinos.
8 bambinos? Do they all look like you?
Sure, except for one little thing. They don't got a mustache. You got a lots of bambinos, you know?
2.
Just the 2?
Uh-huh.
You know Italian.
Hey, Gazzola!
Yeah, what's the matter, Charlie?
Yeah, will you quit stalling?
Well, what do you mean, stalling?
Well, get a go on there. Give 'em the business, you know.
Oh, the business? Oh, sure. I'm sorry, Charlie. I forget. But I'll fix my old friend Sinatra up good with the job.
I was hoping you'd forgotten.
Oh, no. But listen, if you get the job, you sure you can handle it?
Handle it? As sure as I'm alive and breathing.
Oh, come on now, kid. You got to be more sure than that. Now, let me think of what are we going to do. Anybody, she's got any ideas? Say, look, Mr. John Merrill, you're a singer. How are we going to fix this boy up so he can catch a job, huh?
Are you really and truly the Frank Sinatra?
That's right.
Hey, Gazzola, what's the matter?
Well, somebody, she's a faint.
Well, don't stand there, buddy. Pick me up.
When your cup and saucer are set before you, even empty, you know a treat is coming. You can be sure of it this easy way, so make the most of it. Make your coffee cup a symbol of enjoyment every time you see it. Just fill it with Chase and Sandborn coffee, all the flavor a cup will hold. For 81 years, this richer blend has been making the second cup famous, gaining new friends, keeping faith with the old ones, creating coffee tradition. And in the past year, more people enjoyed Chase and Sandborn than ever before. It's the biggest swing in our entire history. Follow that lead to Chase and Sandborn coffee with its flavor you can't forget. For a zippy, tangy wake-up cup first thing in the morning, for the deep-down, mellow richness that crowns your evening meal, have Chase and Sandborn coffee. And between times, whenever coffee is strictly on its own, there's no reason to take anything less. Ask your grocer for supremely delicious Chase and Sandborn coffee every time.
Well, Charlie, that's all for now. I'm sure you'll want to be back in Hollywood next week. Your friend Dr. Wiggum is coming to see you.
Oh, good thing, too. After I get out of this town, I'll need a doctor.
Now, Charlie, Dr. Wiggum is not a tree surgeon.
Yeah. Just a minute, Amici.
Charlie, Dr. Wiggum is a friend of ours. Don't you remember? He's the man who wrote that book, How to Master Your Bad Habits.
Yeah, well, I don't need him. I've mastered all my bad habits. What I need to know is how to get rid of them.
Or find some new ones.
Yeah. That's what I...
Charlie, doctors haven't time for you self-made invalids these days. They're all too busy, both here at home and overseas. No corps of men and women in this war is better serving the cause of victory and humanity than the medical corps. Our uniformed forces are getting the best medical attention in the world. The work of doctors and nurses in action areas, ashore and afloat, is dangerous and nerve-wracking. Here at home, we should never forget that. Nor should we forget that to put all that fine medical aid at the disposal of our fighting men means imposing a tremendous strain on the few doctors left to hold high the standard of health and to fight epidemic.
The doctors here at home are doing a magnificent job. Every physician today is caring for from 3 to 4 times as many patients as he used to attend. These overworked men need our earnest help. How can we help our doctors? Very easy. Simply by appreciating their problems and cooperating to solve them. Go to see your doctor in his office whenever possible, instead of asking him to come to see you. Call him only when you're sure it's necessary, but when you are sure it's necessary, call him immediately. And be prepared to give him an intelligent, brief, but complete outline of your symptoms. We might even relieve our doctors of financial worry by paying them as promptly as we expect people to pay what they owe us. But above all, try to help your doctor by being as patient and understanding of his problems in this emergency as he is patient and understanding of your problems at all times.
Next week, our guest will be Dr. Albert E. Wiggum. Frank Sinatra can be heard every Wednesday evening on his own program for Max Factor Hollywood. This week, when you're buying coffee, think of us and ask for Chase and Sandborn coffee. Coffee made to serve in times like these. This is George Barclay speaking from Hollywood's Radio City. Ladies, how about enjoying strawberries in January? Sounds luxurious, doesn't it? But you'll come pretty close to doing just that when you treat your family to strawberry flavor royal gelatin. Why, the minute you add the boiling water, you get a rich, fruity aroma that makes you think you're back in Grandma's kitchen in strawberry jam-making time. And that delicious aroma is advance notice of how wonderful strawberry flavor royal gelatin tastes. The royal people made a test once, asked 363 women to prepare royal and another well-known brand of strawberry flavor gelatin. Serve both to their families and take a vote. Well, the verdict was royal by almost 2 to 1. People preferred royal's flavor, its consistency, its tempting aroma. You see, royal gelatin desserts are flavor-sealed, tangier, more delicious. Enjoy this treat soon. Strawberry flavor or any of royal's fine, fruity flavors.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
KFI Los Angeles, transcribed.
Listen to this.
If you want it.
With Charlie McCarthy Show. This is Ben Grauer, ladies and gentlemen, greeting you on behalf of Edgar Bergen, Charlie McCarthy, Ray Noble and his orchestra, Anita Gordon, Mortimer Snerd, and our very special guests, Fred Allen and Portland Hopper. And here's Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy.
Gee, Bergen, I can't tell you how glad I am to be here in New York.
Well, Charlie, I think everyone should try and get away once in a while.
Yes, that's what I told my truant officer.
Well, now, just a minute, young man. Your schoolwork is not going to be neglected. Do you understand?
No, sir.
You promise?
You have my word.
Thank you.
And when a McCarthy gives his word, look out.
Yes, yes.
Charlie!
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
I've been looking all over town for you.
You have, Anita? I don't know how you missed me. I was there.
You know, I have a wonderful idea.
Yeah.
I'd just love to get in one of those handsome cabs and ride through Central Park.
Yeah. That's good.
And you know what we'll do?
Well, certainly, silly girl. Of course.
I'll sing to you.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
No can do. My mama and my papa say I no can do.
No can do, no can do. I want for me to go with you, but no can do. You like me, I like you. I like for you to Romeo, you Juliet. No can do, no can do. My mama and my papa say I no can do. The moon, she say to me, come on, come out tonight. I want for you to hold my hand and hold me tight. And love, it can't be wrong, and so it must be right. But no can do, no can do. I like to do it what you call a pitch the woo. No can do, no can do. My mama and my papa say I no can do. The moon says to me, come on, come out tonight. I want you to hold my hand and hold me tight. And love can't be wrong, so it must be right. But no can do, no can do. I like to do it what you call a bitch the woo. No can do, no can do. My mama and my papa say no.
Charlie, I don't like to pry into your business or appear inquisitive.
Since when? Well,
But there's a little matter that I'd like to speak to you about.
well, you have to excuse me, Bergen. I've got to rinse out a few things.
No.
What is it?
Well, it's a luncheon check from our hotel dining room.
Yeah?
Yes. And it's for $9.85.
No.
Yes. And it's all for confections and desserts.
So imagine that. That's extravagance.
Yes, it is. But it's worse than that. Someone has been forging my name.
Yeah?
Yes.
Actually,
yes.
That sort of thing is annoying.
Yes, it is. Yes, it certainly is.
Well, how did you get what? I mean, what makes you think so?
Well, I'll tell you. I want you to notice this very sloppy, uneven scrawl.
Uh-huh. It is messy, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Now, that proves that was either written by a child or some illiterate person.
Well, either one of us could be guilty there.
And I want you to notice what the culprit ate. Parfaits, baked Alaska, and frappes.
Yeah.
3 orders of crepes Suzette.
And marron glacé.
Oh, I see, yes.
Yeah.
It's a wonder that he doesn't feel pretty upset by this time and have a stomach that's in pretty bad shape.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, it isn't, excuse me.
Yes. Tell me, Charlie.
Yes, Mr. Bergen.
How do you feel?
Well, I would say that I feel fine.
You do?
Yes, you see, I feel better now.
Yes. Charlie, this isn't going to end up with you being found guilty, is it?
Mr. Bergen, I certainly hope not.
Yes. Well, I think, Charlie, you've stalled long enough. What have you got to say?
Well, Mr. Bergen, I cannot tell a lie.
You can't.
And get away with it.
No. Do you realize, Charlie, that signing someone else's name is forgery?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to travel the road to ruin?
How are the accommodations?
They're very bad.
It's out then.
Yes. I can't understand what makes you do these things.
Well, sir, Mr. Bergen, I am a growing boy.
Yes, I know.
Adolescence, they call it.
Yes.
And you have to be patient. It requires understanding. You see, I'm trying to find myself.
You are?
Yes. And don't think I ain't having fun.
Well, you've been guilty of many pranks before.
Oh, that I have.
But never did I ever think you'd go as far as forgery.
Well, you know, they say, if you don't progress, you retrogress.
Yes, that's quite true.
Yes.
That's all very well and good, young man, but I suppose you know what's in store for you.
I can hope.
Yes, well, it's no choice, young man. It's a real spanking.
Mr. Bergen, they say when you resort to spanking a child, you have failed as a parent.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, that's what they say.
Yes. It's just what they say, of course.
Yes.
I'm not trying to force anything.
No. Very well, then. No spanking.
Oh, thank you. This was easier than I expected.
Yes. Instead, you will be confined to your rooms for our entire stay in New York.
But Bergen.
Think it over, young man. Think it over.
Well, this is incarceration without representation.
Yes. I'll talk to you later. Now, goodbye, and stay in your room.
This is slavery, that's what it is. I don't have to do this, you know. I can go out on my own.
Oh, there you are, Charlie, old boy.
Oh, hello, Ray.
Yeah, what's the matter with Bergen? I say he seems to be in an awful house.
Yeah, there's something rotten in Denmark. And I think it's blowing from Sweden. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to take it on the land.
No, Charlie, you better think it. Oh, yes, old boy.
Quitting.
No. If you leave Bergen, won't it be pretty rough going, you know?
He'll soon find out that a good ventriloquist assistant, they just don't grow on trees. I wish I hadn't said that.
Yes.
Oh, no, come on, Charlie. Don't be hasty, old boy. You'll never find another Bergen. He's a great performer.
Great may I. Listen. Bergen is to ventriloquism what Jack Denny is to the fiddle. I'm turning him out to pasture right now.
Well, Charlie, old boy, if he's really going...
Yeah?
Could I take his place?
You?
Yeah, I have a dearth of talent, you know. Yes, well,
that I believe.
No, really, Charlie, in England I was known as quite a wit. I had them rolling in the Isles. Mm-hmm. The British Isles, of course.
Yeah.
You get it, don't you?
All over me, yes.
Well, didn't it kill you?
No, I'm still suffering. Well, that settles it. You just won't do. Now I'll have to get a new partner.
Well, why don't you put an ad in one of the first-rate newspapers?
No respectable paper would run an ad for a ventriloquist.
Oh, well, where would you advertise for one, then?
Where? Why, in the Hobo News, of course.
Yes, Portland.
Some more bills just came.
Oh, bills. Every day it's more bills. This place is beginning to look like a duck farm. I've got to get some money someplace, Portland.
Well, why don't you go to work?
Work? That's the coward's way out. I've tried to live by the sweat of my brow, but my pores won't open.
There isn't any food in the house.
I know. I'll have to borrow some garbage to put out so the neighbors will think we're eating again. I've been out of work for over a year. I've got to do something. Say, hand me that morning paper, the Hobo News, Portland. I'll look through the want ad.
Here you are.
Thank you. Let me see. Apartments.
Aren't apartments scarce?
Scarce. Listen to this. Are you looking for a place to live? Man and iron lung willing to move over. What is this next column?
Personal. During elevator strike, stenographer working on 40th floor, Empire State Building, would like to meet strong young man working on same floor.
Object piggyback.
Say, here's a job for you, Mr. Ballard.
Now, let me see. Wanted for Charlie McCarthy radio program, talented assistant. Must be versatile and have strong knees.
That sounds good.
Good. Apply to Charlie McCarthy. Why, Charlie's only a stooge for Edgar Bergen.
It's a job.
All right, it's a job. I'll go and see Mr. McCarthy. Gad, a stooge for a stooge.
Mortimer Snurk. Yep, that's right. Yeah. Well, quiet, please. I'm awfully glad you're here. Are you? Yes. Boy. Well, you know Anita Gordon. And you've only been in New York 2 days, huh? Yeah. Well, Anita Gordon, that's the little girl that sings. Yes, the girl that sings, Yes. Well, she wants to meet you. No, yes. Think of that. Well, I better go. Well, don't go. When I look at girls, I get all covered with goose pickles. No. Yeah. You mean goose pimples? Yeah, them too. Yeah. Well, now, why do you feel that way? Well,
Confidential.
Yes.
I don't want this to be wrong, Mr. Bergen.
No. Well, what is it?
I ain't very bright.
Oh, you're not very bright. Well, but you can still meet her, Mortimer. Well, all you have to do is make small talk.
Small talk.
Yeah, small talk.
Small talk.
Yeah.
How big?
Well, I don't know. I'm sure she'd be pleased if you told her that she has a beautiful voice.
Yeah, beautiful voice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
Yes. Now, here she comes. Now, when I introduce her, you shake hands.
Yeah, shake hands.
Yeah, and hold out your right hand.
Which one is that?
Oh. Which one?
Well, I got two, you know.
Yes, I know. Well, it's the one on this side.
Facing which way?
Well,
Hello, Mr. Bergen.
Well, hello. Now, I'd like to introduce you. Anita Gordon, Mortimer Snerd, Anita Gordon.
One at a time, one at a time. Where'd the crowd come from?
All right.
So you're Mortimer Snerd.
Sort of, I think. Yeah, I am.
Don't be afraid of me. I'm not going to bite you.
I wish you would.
Yeah. Well, now, what were you going to tell Anita? What were you going to tell her about her singing?
Well, what?
About her singing.
I wonder.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Oh, well, you got the prettiest voice I ever heard, Mr. Bergen tells me.
No.
Well, thank you, Mortimer.
Yeah.
And I think you're awfully cute, too, with those big blue eyes and pink cheeks and cute little dimples.
Yeah, you know something? I got a mole on my stomach, too.
How can you be so stupid?
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Here's Anita Gordon singing, And There You Are.
I don't even hear the thunder. My heart with love is so aflame. I only hear each little raindrop repeating your name. And when the long day is through, I long for you, only you. Then I pretend you're there, and there you And when the long day is through, I long for you, only you. Then I pretend you're there, and there you
Oh, Charlie.
Yes, Ray?
I say, it looks like that ad is bringing results, old boy.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's a chap outside to see you about it.
What does he look like?
Well, he looks like he needs work.
Yeah? Well, send him in. Send him in.
Pardon me, are you Mr. McCarthy?
Yes, I am, yes. Oh, no, he's Ray Noble. I'm McCarthy.
Oh, he's taller, I should have known.
Yeah.
Well, I saw your ad in the Hobo News, and I've come to see about the job.
Yeah. Well, frankly, you look like the kind who would answer an ad for a ventriloquist. Yeah. What's the matter with your eyes? Do they have fallen arches?
No, I just wear my jowls high. You may have heard of me, Mr. McCarthy. My name is Fred Allen.
Yeah, the name is familiar. You aren't wanted, are you?
No.
Well, tell me this. Are you new in radio?
New? Why, bless you, my little man. I was in radio when you were just a gleam in an acorn's eye.
That's very amusing.
I thought so.
Tell me, Mr. Allen, you haven't been working much lately, have you?
No, I've been taking it easy, Mr. McCarthy. After my many years of success in radio, I had something to fall back on.
Mm-hmm. And now you've decided to get up off it. You've done nothing since you gave up your program, huh?
Well, I have dabbled a bit in radio by appointment. Mm-hmm. I was the bouncer in the make-believe ballroom for a few weeks. I held the pail on Milkman's matinee for several mornings. But let's get down to business, Mr. M. Now, what about this job?
Well, good. Now, let's see. Yes. Now, Mr. Allen, what about references?
Oh, don't worry. I trust you.
That's a nice bit of evasion. You realize, Mr. Allen, me splitting with Bergen is a drastic step.
But, Mr. McCarthy, what radio needs today is new faces.
Yeah, well, if you can get one, come back and I'll talk to you.
Now, wait a minute. Bergen is no Adonis, you know. He has the profile of an avocado. And his head is as bald as a Boy Scout's knee. He's a knee.
Yeah. You know, there's something about you I like. You know, I think I can do great things for you.
Well, tell me, Mr. McCarthy, when we work together, will I ever get any laughs?
Well,
maybe just one little chuckle?
Maybe.
Oh, sir, you are a prince. Let me kiss the hem of your tuxedo.
It's a tailcoat.
I shall throw you the kiss. Yeah, to think I am about to become a straight man for a talking shoe tree.
What about the art of ventriloquism? Can you throw your voice?
Well, not exactly throw it. I let it slide gently down one nostril and bank it off the other nostril. I make it the hard way. But tell me, Mr. McCarthy, before we go any farther, have you any work lined up?
Well, Charlie, what's going on here?
Well, I can tell you better what's going off here.
Well, if it isn't Fred Allen, say, I'm glad to see you, Fred.
Well, hello, Edgar.
Say, how does it seem to take a long vacation?
You'll find out, brother.
Say, remember, Edgar, back in our vaudeville days when we played that split week at McKee's Port?
Yes.
You were so poor you couldn't pay for a partner. You used to walk out on the stage and talk to yourself.
Yeah, that's right, Fred. Say, remember that silly girl who used to work in your act?
Oh, boy, was she dumb.
Oh, whatever happened to her?
I married her.
You can take your foot out of it now, Bergen.
Oh, he won't take offense. Why, it's always made me feel proud to count Fred as one of my friends.
Well, you can get ready for a recount now, brother.
Say, what are you hinting at anyway? Now, that's the third time you said something like that.
Well, you may not know it, But from now on, you're doing a single, Bergen. Eh, Fred?
That's right, partner.
Oh, I see. So that's it. You, too.
Yeah.
Well, what about this, Fred?
I'm hungry, Edgar.
Yes, but you doing ventriloquism.
Well, it's embarrassing, I know. I never thought I'd have to stoop so low.
Low? Ventriloquism is one of the oldest forms of entertainment. Why, it was practiced by the ancient Greeks. Ventriloquists were even found up among the Eskimos.
They weren't found up there. They were chased up there. Come on, Fred. Let's get out of here.
Just a minute, Fred. Surely you wouldn't do this to an old friend?
I sure would, stranger.
Yeah. You know what this means, Charlie?
I sure do. You can dunk your donuts in someone else's coffee from now on. Come on, Fred.
Let's go, Charlie.
Let's get out.
From Hollywood, it's the new Edgar Bergen Hour with Charlie McCarthy.
I'll clip you, Bergen, so help me, I'll mow you down.
It's Sunday night, and time again transcribed for Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy with Mortimer Snerd, Effie Clinker, Gary Crosby, Francis Bergen, Ray Noble, Jack Kirkwood, the Mellow Men, yours truly, John Heaston, and our special guest, exchange student Erlen Morgenstern. And here he is now, Edgar Bergen.
Good evening, everybody. You know, it's a pleasure to be here. Oh, Mr. Bergen, here I come. Now, careful, Mortimer. Watch your step there. Now, look out for those drums over there. That was quite a trip, wasn't it? Yeah. Mortimer, that's certainly clumsy of you to do that. Now, what do you have to say for yourself?
Well, let me see. Well, what is that word you say when you hurt yourself? Oh, yeah, ouch, yeah, ouch.
Now, just what happened? How did you fall?
I don't know how it happened. I guess I was walking too close to the floor.
Maybe you... When you stumble, you should try to recover your equilibrium.
Why, is that thing uncovered again?
No.
I kind of felt a draft, you know.
Yes, well, things are always happening to you.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone quite as clumsy. Everything you do seems to be awkward.
Reckon you're right. Even when I milk the cow Bessie, I get things all tangled up, too.
Is there? Mortimer, you could get rid of your awkwardness if you could learn proper balance.
Yeah?
Now, how do you walk?
Well, with my feet mostly.
I know. Your feet, they don't hurt you, do they?
Oh, no, not anymore now, since I stopped biting my nails.
I see. Well, you'd walk much better if you held yourself correctly. Now, how about your posture?
Say, how about that?
Well, well, your posture is your carriage.
Oh, I see. That's what it is, yeah.
Now, what's wrong with your carriage?
I don't know. I got a busted axle somewhere.
Well, the idea is you must sort of learn to walk with grace.
All right. Is she lonely?
Yeah, all right. You know, dancing would get you over your awkwardness quicker than anything. Do you dance at all, Mortimer?
Well, now, I'll tell you. I ain't no exhibition waltzer or anything like that, but I have done the turkey trot.
The turkey trot?
Yeah, but I gave it up.
I see. Why did you give up the turkey trot?
Well, I found out the turkeys would rather dance with each other.
Oh, they...
Haven't you ever danced with a girl? You mean a girl? Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, never. No. You know what girls are, don't you? Well, they're the ones that dance backwards, aren't they? Yeah. Well, I did once. You did once? Yeah, yeah. She was so fat, I felt like a sardine trying to wrestle a whale. Is that so? You couldn't lead her? Oh, heck no, I couldn't lead her, no. I just sort of went along with the tide. Maybe you'd find more enjoyment in folk dancing. Oh, there's no fun dancing with your folks. All right. No. Well, I've made up my mind. For your birthday, I'm going to give you a gift certificate for dancing lessons at Arthur Murray. Yeah, well, thank you, Mr. Bergen, but I don't think I need any dancing lessons. You don't? No. I'm gonna get over my clumsiness. I'm just gonna practice. Well, that's very good. Yeah, I'll work on it. Well, that's fine. Well, I gotta be going now. Goodbye. Goodbye, Mortimer. Oh, my feet, they goofed again. Well, sometimes I wonder about that Mortimer.
Hello, Edgar.
Well, Gary Crosby. Say, Gary, I caught the show at Ciro's last night, and I thought that little bit you did was terrific.
Well, thank you very much, Edgar.
Yes. Has your father been in to see the show yet?
Not yet. He's saving up for a tie.
Oh. Well, I'm going to see him in the morning. I'll tell him that you were a hit.
Oh? Where are you going to see Dad?
Well, you see, Bing and I, we've been going to the same barber for years.
Didn't do much for you either, huh?
Well, it took care of some of the tax, yeah. Well, now, Gary, now let's not ruin the illusion for our radio audience. Now, you go ahead and sing, will you?
Hey, when the red robin comes bobbing along. Well, there'll be no more sobbing when he starts to throbbing his old sweet song. Why don't you wake up, you sleepyhead. Get up, and get out of bed. Cheer up, 'cause the sun is red. And live, love, laugh, and be happy. What if I've been blue? Yeah, now I'm walking through the fields of flowers. Well, the rain may glisten, but still I will listen for hours and hours. Well, I'm just a kid again, doing what I did again, singing a song. When the red robin comes bobbing along.
When the red robin comes bobbing along. There'll be no more sobbing when he starts sobbing his old sweet song. Wake up,
you sleepyhead. Get up, and get out of bed. Cheer up, 'cause the sun is red. Live, love, laugh, and be happy. Now, what if I've been blue? Yeah, now I'm walking through the fields of flowers. Well, the rain may glisten, but still I will listen for hours and hours. Well, I'm just a kid again, doing what I did again, singing a song. When the red robin comes bobbing along.
The red robin comes bobbing along.
Once again, it is time for the literary portion of our program, our Poet's Corner. This week, we are honored in having with us as our special guest the Poet Laureate of Thrifty's Drugstore, Professor Oliver Wendell Kirkwood.
Good evening. You're Professor Kirkwood.
That's right. Here's my card.
Oh, thank you. Professor Oliver Wendell Kirkwood. Poet supreme, philosopher unmatched, lyricist incomparable. Also, unemployment checks forged while you wait.
Whoops. Wrong card.
Professor, maybe you'd better tell us a little about yourself. Just what led you to become a poet?
Well, I've had a hard life.
Yes?
And my parents have always been poor. Yes, sir, I'll never forget when I was a little tot.
You must have been a bouncing boy.
Oh, no. Whenever they dropped me, I went right through the floor.
Naturally. Anyway, as you were saying, your parents were very poor.
Yes, that's right. Yes. When I was a baby, they couldn't even afford talcum powder. Mom had to sprinkle me with Old Dutch cleanser.
That sounds rough.
Oh, you have no idea. You know, until I was 18, I didn't know if I was a boy or a kitchen sink.
Well, you must have been a sink because you still have the pot.
I still have the pot.
Yes, I know that's right.
You're talking with that double boiler you got.
I think we'd better get back to your story now. How many are there in your family, Mr. Kirkwood?
Well, I had 28 brothers and sisters.
28 children?
That's right. You see, Dad didn't get along with Mother. So he tried to get lost in the crowd.
He did it the hard way. Well, anyway, I can see that you haven't had an easy life.
No, it was a struggle all the way. Until just a few months ago, then I got lucky. I made a fortune with a new labor-saving device.
Oh, yes? What was it?
A rich old widow.
Oh. Well, that's nice.
I like it.
Yes. But now, to get back to the subject, Professor, when did you first turn to poetry?
Well, one day while I was in solitary, I was playing solitaire.
Oh, yes.
Anyway, I got this sudden urge to write, so I grabbed a piece of paper and scribbled down my first poem.
I see. Your first poem, what was it like?
Oh, it was just beautiful. It had such a tender story, all about a midget who played a tuba and how he got sucked in. That
does sound tender. And it's been very nice chatting with you. And now we're all waiting to hear your latest poetic inspiration. Professor, the floor is yours.
Oh, please, I'm not that loaded.
Well, no. I mean, your poem, Professor.
Oh, yes. Yes. Ode to Marriage. Most married people fight and nag, a thing which I deplore. I'm glad to say I have a wife I cherish and adore. We're the only pair on record still living with their mates, devoid of animosities and jealousies and hates. We are an ideal couple, just a husband and a wife who've solved the secret of success in matrimonial strife. The reason why we get along in sweet connubial bliss is 'cause we're never stingy with a compliment or a kiss. She never flies into a rage, she's always in the pink, and never green with jealousy, which spoils most wives, I think. We do not fight or argue, we'd much rather kiss. Side by side, we trip through life in never-ending bliss. Oh, we are a happy married couple. Our love so warm it melts. Ah, yes, we two are married, but each to someone else.
Ladies and gentlemen, with Carol Richards, our regular vocalist, away on a vacation this week, I spent a lot of time trying to find another equally talented singer to fill in. Then the thought came to me, Desi has his Lucy, George Burns has his Gracie, Jack Benny has his Mary. So why shouldn't I use my wife and keep down the budget a little bit too, you see? So here she is now after a singing tour which included engagements in Montreal, St. Regis, New York, and the Hotel Riverside in Reno. Frances Bergen.
Thank you. Hello, Edgar.
Well, it's nice having you drop in on us. You know, you're my favorite singer.
Well, thank you, dear, but I won't be able to stay long.
Can't stay long? What's the matter?
Well, I have a surprise for you. Jack Benny just called. He wants me in his TV show, and he's going to pay me.
Well, that is a surprise, yeah. Tell me, would you like to sing on my show regularly?
Well, my agent advised against it.
Oh, he did? Why?
Well, he said I have a career to think of.
Yeah.
But I'll do it just this once.
You are a dear. Yeah. Well, you see how wonderfully well we get along. We always compromise. I remember last month I wanted to buy a new car. Frances wanted a new fur coat, so we compromised, didn't we?
That's right, so we compromised.
Yeah, she got the new fur coat. We keep it in the garage. Yeah. Well, now, honey, what are you going to sing for us?
That's what I like.
Yeah, I know, but what are you going to sing?
That's what I like.
Oh, I see. Wonderful. Well, the microphone is yours.
Thank you. Kiss me, kiss me, kiss me, baby. That's what I like. Hold me, hug me, pet me, baby. That's what I like. You don't have to give me clever conversation. I just want affection, not an education. Kiss me, hold me, hug me, pet me, baby. That's what I like you to do. La da, la da, la da 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 da. That's what I like.
Sure, that's what you like, baby.
La da, la da, la da 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 da. I like it. I like it. We don't have to fly to some romantic place, just as long as I can stay in your embrace. Kiss me, hold me, pet me, baby. That's what I want you to do. And love me, love me, love me, baby, do.
That was my wife. That's what that was, yeah. Oh, that was fine, Francis. That was just wonderful. Consider your allowance raised.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
reasonably so.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Charlie McCarthy.
Please, Mr. Heaton there, not today. No, I'm just not up to doing a show.
What's the matter, Charlie?
Oh, don't jump at me like that. You startle me, Bergen. Can't you see I'm just a bundle of nerves tonight? Just nerves. Just twitching nerves. There I go again, see?
Yeah. Well, what in the world's the matter with you, Charlie? You look a little worried. What's the matter?
Well, I tell you, I am worried.
Yes, you certainly have a worried look on your face.
Well, where else could I have it? Well, I'm worried all over, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. An awful thing. You see, I just had a terrible dream last night.
Yes.
Oh, terrible.
I see. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Dreams should never upset you, though. You know, the other night I had a silliest dream. You can't imagine what I thought I was.
A good ventriloquist?
No.
Oh, but this wasn't just a dream. This was a nightmare. Ugh, it was awful.
Yeah. Well, there's no reason to be frightened at all. All you have to remember is that the dreams and reality are almost inseparable. You've heard of the philosopher who dreamed that he was a butterfly and broke his leg chasing after the birds and bees? No. So, when the philosopher awoke, he said, "Last night, I was a man dreaming I was a butterfly, but this morning, I'm a butterfly dreaming I'm a man."
Yeah. Yes, well, either way, I think you ought to drop the net over in. Yeah.
Cheerio, pip, pip, tally-ho, and all those ridiculous statements we British are supposed to make.
Yeah. Hold the net, here comes another one. Oh.
Ray, you'll have to excuse Charlie. He's very upset about a bad dream that he had last night.
Really, yes. You know, I had a terrible dream myself last night.
Oh?
Mm-hmm. All night long, I dreamt I was being chased by blondes. Hundreds of blondes.
What's so bad about being chased by blondes?
My dear boy, these were blonde elephants.
Oh. Get the net, boy. All right. You know, this is almost as bad as a nightmare.
Yeah, well, I wish I could tell you about the... wait till I get this right. Well, you certainly haven't got it right now. No. I wish you would tell me what your nightmare was about, Charlie.
Well, now, you first tell me something, Bergen. Do you believe that dreams foretell the future?
Oh, definitely, yes. Well, I once had a great-uncle who dreamed he became a Nut Sunday.
And he did?
Well, no, as a matter of fact, he became a Nut Tuesday. No, you see, that was the day they took him away. Oh, I do miss him.
Well, now, don't you worry. You'll probably join him.
Charlie, why were you worried about your future? Was your nightmare a bad one?
Well, yes, I dreamed I cashed in my chips.
Oh, Charlie, you don't mean you overturned the receptacle?
Yes, that is kicked the bucket, yes.
You mean you dreamed that you passed on?
Oh, it was horrible.
Yes. Well, I don't blame you for being down in the dumps.
Yeah, but in the dream I was in the lowest dumps of all.
Oh. Good heavens.
Boy, have you got the wrong direction, huh?
You don't mean Charlie? Oh, not my little Charlie.
Yeah.
You mean you went to...
Well, it wasn't Disneyland.
I don't know what to say.
Well, we'll just say I went to the unhappy hunting ground.
I say, old boy, couldn't you be just a little more specific?
Well, not and stay on the air, no. Let me put it this way. You know how I used to like to visit all the hot spots? Well, last night I hit the jackpot.
You can't mean that you actually were there.
Let's face it, Bergie. I was a wetback from the river Styx.
Oh, I see.
I say, pardon me, old thing, did you say the river Styx?
Yeah, that's right, Ray.
Well, if it does, why don't they oil it?
I was... Ooh! Oh, no! It almost makes the other place enjoyable now.
All right. Charlie, I insist on knowing just what happened to you in this awful dream.
Well, you see, Satan asked me to tell all the bad things I'd done.
Well, what did you tell him?
Well, I refused to answer on the grounds that he might incinerate me.
Yes,
Oh, really, Charles, old boy. Are you trying to make us believe you actually spoke to Satan?
Well, sure. No, don't you believe there is a devil?
Oh, well, hardly, old boy. I mean, it's like Santa Claus. It's your father.
No.
No, but tell me, Charles, what did you think of the place down there in general?
Well, just to get an idea, I'll tell you. Take it from me, it's nothing but a fire trap down there. And there's more firing down there than on the Arthur Godfrey show.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know the half of it, Bergen. The punishment they give you is just awful. You have to listen to radio all day.
Yeah. What's on the radio? Frost warnings. Oh,
And for the real bad cases, our show.
I see.
You should see the TV shows they have down there. TV, yeah. Toast of the Town, Heat Parade, Burns and Allen, Sear It Now, and I Love Lucifer.
All right. I think that's enough. Now tell me something. Don't you know what good, clean living is?
No, what good is it? Well,
Don't you ever listen to your conscience?
It's no use.
Why?
I got bad reception. I live in the fringe area.
All right. I'm trying to point out something to you, Charlie. Of course, you know what made you dream like that.
No, but I got a hunch. When I woke up, I noticed the control on my electric blanket had moved from rare to well done. Well, I hope you've learned a lesson from this and decided to denounce Satan. No, Bergen, I'm in no position to antagonize anybody. Who knows, I might have to go back there someday. Well, that is terrible. Oh, it wouldn't be too bad. I could make a fortune down there smuggling in electric fans. And the place is just crying for a sprinkler system. Yeah, Charlie. Oh, there'll be a hot time in the old town, too.
The Edgar Bergen Hour, transcribed with Charlie McCarthy, Mortimer Snerd, Gary Crosby, Carol Richards, Jack Kirkwood, the Mellow Men, and Ray Noble, will be back after station identification. From Hollywood, it's the new Edgar Bergen Hour with Charlie McCarthy, Mortimer Snerd, Gary Crosby, Carol Richards, Jack Kirkwood, the Mellow Men, Ray Noble, and yours truly, John Heaston. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to a portion of our program in which I'm sure we will all be interested, our How to Stay Young department. And here to let us in on her secret of eternal youth is that perennial girl just back from a 2-week refresher course with King Farouk, Miss Effie Clinker.
How do you do? Oh, in my black denim trousers, in my motorcycle boots. Whoops!
All right. Well, I think we have the terror of Highway 101.
That's right.
Yeah. And how are you, Miss Clinker?
Well, I've still got plenty of mileage left in me, thank you.
You're sure you have?
Yeah, quite pretty sure.
Well, that's good.
Of course, sometimes I get the feeling that my speedometer's been tampered with.
Yes, I see. Well, how old are you, Effie?
Well, I'm old enough to know what the score is.
Yes.
And still young enough to want to get in the game.
Well, Miss Clinker, now that you're here tonight, you're here to advise the audience on how to stay young. Isn't that right?
That's right, Don't forget, girls, no matter how old you are, you can still be somebody's dreamboat.
Yes.
Even though your anchor is dragging and your cargo has shifted.
Well, then, in other words, Effie, your advice to the women is, if I get it right, is never give up.
That's right. Never give up.
Yeah.
The flame may be out, but the ashes can still be warm.
I say, pardon me, old girl, but would you say that I'm a good example of keeping young?
Well, let's put it this way, Mr. Noble.
Yes.
You're in wonderful shape for the shape you're in.
Yes. Well, thank you. That is to say, I think.
Yeah. Well, don't be positive.
Now, Effie, do you feel this advice you're giving really works?
Oh, it must. I have proof.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yes. Take one woman I've been advising. The other day she died.
I see.
But at the age, mark you, at the age of 110.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
She died?
yeah,
That's too bad.
yeah. But 110.
110.
Yes. But the baby lived.
I see.
You take now. There's my uncle.
Yes.
Yes, you take him. I wish you would.
Yeah.
He just died.
Oh, he died?
Yes, he died too. But at the age of 114.
114?
Uh-huh, yeah, 114, yeah.
What killed him?
Women and liquor.
Women? Women and liquor killed him.
Yes, he couldn't get either one, so he gave up. Thank you, followers.
Can you be a little more specific, Effie, about this? For instance, is there any medicine a person can take to stay young?
Yes, there is. I seem to feel youngest after I take some of my dandelion wine tonic.
Yes.
Yes. But you must watch it, honey. You must watch it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it makes the floor slide out from under you.
I say, seriously, I imagine diet must be important, too.
Do you?
Oh, yes. Well, in fact, my doctor said I should take all my meals at home. Of course, I can't stand the expense.
Why not?
Well, my home's in England, old girl.
You know, after that joke, I would like to marry him.
Yeah?
Yeah. Just to get even with him.
Miss Clinker.
Yeah?
Will a diet of blackstrap molasses, wheat germ, and yogurt make you live longer?
It just makes it seem longer.
I see. And I imagine you recommend exercise to keep young?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
For instance, this morning I touched my chin to the floor without bending my knees.
Without bending your knees?
Yeah.
Yes.
How on earth did you do that?
I fell out of bed.
You fell out of bed?
Yes.
Well, I would say a little too much dandelion wine.
No, who snitched?
I see. Do you have any other recommendations, Effie?
Well, probably the best way to keep young is by looking in the mirror every morning and saying, I'm getting younger and younger.
Yes. And does it work on you?
Well, no, not on me. You see, I know what an awful liar I am, you know.
Well, our time is up, Miss Clinker. Do you have any final word for this lovely audience?
Yes, I do. My advice is, whether you're young or old, keep smiling. Just keep smiling. It makes everyone wonder what you've been up to.
Good night.
Now the Mellow Men bring us My Bonnie Blue Gal.
Her arms are where I long to be, 'cause I love the bonny blue gal who gave her heart to me. I found a little honey who thrills me through and through. Roses in her golden hair and dressed in purty blue. I'm always thinking of her wherever I may be, 'cause I love the bonny blue gal who gave her heart to me. Her arms are where I want to be, 'cause I love the bonny blue gal who gave her heart to me. No matter where I travel, she's with me all the way. Close to me within my heart through every night and day. As soon as I can make it, I'll hurry back to see my sweetheart, the bonny blue gal who gave her heart to me. Her arms are where I want to be, 'cause I love the bonny blue gal who gave her heart to me.
I'm gonna quit my wandering, I'm gonna settle down and find a little house for us way out beyond the town. I'm gonna get us in there and throw away the key. Love, love the bonny blue gal who gave her heart to me.
Her arms are where I want to be, 'cause I love the bonny blue gal who gave her heart to me. Her arms are where I want to be, 'cause I love the bonny blue gal who gave her heart to me.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, for our Meet the People department, where each week we try to bring you interesting and unusual personalities. Tonight, we will meet a very lovely foreign exchange student from Oslo, Norway, Miss Irlin Morgensterne.
Good evening, Miss Morgensterne. Am I pronouncing it right, Morgensterne?
That's right, Mr. Bergen. You pronounced it perfectly.
Well, thank you. Morgenstjerne in Swedish, that means morning star. Well, tack så mycket.
Oh, Mr. Bergen, I didn't know you spoke Swedish.
Oh, yes, I speak Swedish. Yes, my goodness, jumping me. I was on an expedition once. We were cruising along at 20 or 30 knots there. When the propeller became unscrewed, you know. yeah, that was a thing. Now tell me, Miss Morgenstjerne. That's a long name, Morgenstjerne.
Why don't you just call me Lynn?
I thank you, and you may call me Eddie Boy. Now, tell us a little about yourself, Lynn, will you?
Well, my mother was a university teacher of languages, and she met my father in France. I was born in Oslo and lived there, except for 1 year when I went to school in England.
You must have as many travel stickers as Secretary Dulles. Now, just what are you studying here at the University of Southern California?
Well, since I was a little girl, I've always wanted to become a physician. But in Norway, it is required that the doctor have all A's. So now I'm here studying to become a physical therapist or gym teacher.
Then I take it you like sports, and of course you must ski, don't you?
Oh, yes, I love to ski. And I'm very proud of a boyfriend back home. He's Pierre Dollum, and I just had word that in the tryouts of the 1956 Olympics, he was named the #1 skier on the Norwegian team.
Well, this Pierre, is he a special boyfriend of yours, Lynn?
He's pretty special.
Yes.
But I go out on dates here.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I will move my chair a little closer now. In comparison, what do you think about Norwegian and American boys? Are ours pretty wild, would you say, compared to Norwegian boys?
Oh, no. It's just the opposite.
Oh, it is?
Boys here are very polite and mannerly. Back home, it's quite different. Girls and boys are more on equal terms.
Well, in what ways?
Well, in just about everything. For instance, I'm not used to having the car door open for me, and I always forget. So usually when my American date comes around to help me out of the car, he finds me already standing in the street.
Pumping up a tire or something.
It's getting embarrassing.
Yeah.
Then the boys here help me you on with your coat and things like that.
Where are you meeting these boys? Anyway, I take it you like American hospitality.
Oh, I love it.
Good.
It's wonderful to have your date come to your house and pick you up and take you wherever you're going. In Oslo, if you go to the movies, you get downtown by yourself and meet in front of the theater.
Now, don't tell me. Let me guess. You pay for the tickets.
Oh, no, we go Dutch.
Go Dutch. What else? Certainly. Well, I will say one thing. You're not spoiled. I'd like to take you home and have you talk to my wife. It would never work. It wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work, no.
Actually, going out Dutch has certain advantages. Over here, if a boy doesn't have money, he hesitates to ask you for a date. Back home, he'd just ask you out for a walk or perhaps to go sailing.
And then when he gets out on the lake, his sailboat runs out of wind or something like that. Yeah. That's the old story. Lynn, how do you enjoy your dates then? Over here, you do enjoy them, of course.
Oh, well, I get embarrassed when the boys here have to pay the whole evening.
Yeah.
They don't let me pay for anything.
Oh, what a shame. Well, now that you've met me, your worries are over. I'll take you out for a non-embarrassing evening. Now tell me, Lynn, are you chaperoned as much here as at home?
That's another wrong idea people have, Mr. Bergen. Back home in Oslo, we're completely unchaperoned.
Oh, no. Are you sure you weren't sent here by the Norway Travel Bureau? Or, you must have quite a social life back there.
Well, we start dating at about the age of 12, 13.
Sure.
And sometimes I think the boys are too wild when they're that young.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be better until they wait until they're around 14 or 15 and then slow down a little bit. Tell me, do you have any games over there like Pony Express, games like that?
Pony Express?
Well, it's like post office with more horsing around.
Oh, yes. We do have our kissing games.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
That is, until the boys grow up and become interested in sports. Then they usually go on training.
I see.
They stop smoking and drinking and settle down.
Now, at what ripe old age does this happen?
When they're about 19.
19, yeah, they settle down. Yeah. Imagine a has-been at 19. Well, it's a short life, but a merry one, I guess. Lynn, I'm afraid you're making life sound far too attractive in Norway, and perhaps we'd better say goodnight before all the young men in our audience get ideas of leaving home and heading for Oslo. So I want to say thank you, Miss Lynn Morgenstjerne, for being with us tonight, and lots of luck in your studies at the University of Southern California. Now, wasn't she sweet? I'll tell you, those Scandinavian girls, they certainly have something, and they like to go Dutch, too. I wonder if I...
Edgar.
No, I forgot. Oh, hello. Hi, darling, hi. What's new?
Well, I was just waiting for you to introduce my second number.
Oh, yes. I've been thinking it over, Francis. Next time we go out, we're going to go Dutch. I'm only going to pay for myself, that's all.
Oh, that's right. That's all you have to do, because I won't be with you.
Well, that's what you get. Put them in a show, and then they get independent right away. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, Frances Bergen, and Gypsy in My Soul.
Do-do-bop, do.
If I am fancy-free,
do-do-bop,
and I love to wander,
do-do-bop,
it's just the gypsy in my soul.
You hear the gypsy talking,
There's something calling me,
do-do-bop,
from way, way out yonder.
do-do-bop.
It's just the gypsy in my soul.
It's that gypsy again.
I've got to give vent to my emotion. I'm only content having my way, 'cause there is no other life of which I'm fonder. It's just the gypsy in my soul. My heart has wings. No care. I've got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. And if I want to fly way, way out yonder, it's just the gypsy in my soul. From Savannah to Poughkeepsie, if you see me acting tipsy, I guess I got a little bit of gypsy in my soul.
bright oil was burning in those ivied halls of learning, and Plato in his grave was turning in college days.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it is time for the cultural portion of our program. Tonight, our forum of intellectual giants will enter into the eternal argument that is close to all our hearts and pocketbooks. Whither women's styles. And here to bring you the benefit of their brains are Edgar Bergen and his end table.
Thank you. And good evening, honorable and esteemed gentlemen of the panel.
Hiya, kid. What's new?
Good evening, Mr. Moderator. Glad to be here.
Gentlemen, we are here to discuss one of the most controversial topics of the day, women's styles. Most of our styles come from Paris.
You know, I went to Paris once. Wow, did I have a time. You should have seen me plastered in Paris.
Professor Noble, let's start with you.
Yes,
Are
sir.
you in favor of women's clothes?
Definitely not, old boy. After all, my legs aren't pretty enough. See, after that one, I know I'll hate myself in the morning.
Well, why not start now, and I'll help you.
Now, please, we're discussing women's styles, and I commented that most of them come from France. Now, Professor Snerd, would you like to elaborate?
No, I feel fine, thank you.
I see. Now, for instance...
Well, what did you say?
I'll give you an illustration.
All right, I'll take it.
Yeah. Last night, my wife was wearing a Dior.
Oh, what?
A Dior.
How'd you get it off the hinges?
Well, I'm afraid we're allowing a vein of lightness to creep into this forum, eh? A Dior is a couturier like Membochet, you see, and Balenciaga.
Oh, no! Well, can't they take shots for that?
No. Couturier is a man dressmaker.
Oh, I see.
Oh, that's ridiculous, old boy. I mean, after all, how many men wear dresses?
Let's go on. There's one important question we ought to resolve, and that is, are the latest styles in women's dresses too revealing?
My, he is getting on, isn't he?
What I mean is that there has been quite a trend towards off-the-shoulder dresses, plunging necklines, split skirts, low backs, bare midriffs.
Yes, that's right, yes. You know, as a countryman of mine once said...
Yes?
Never before in history have so many bought so little to cover so much.
Yes.
That was really a bibful.
Well, now let's be a little more specific in our comments. Now, how about the plunging neckline?
Yeah, how about them?
No. I mean, do you gentlemen approve of a plunging neckline?
Why, of course.
Well, I've never seen any harm in it myself.
No, of course not. I love it.
The more the better.
Yeah, I see.
Well... No, but if you're speaking of plunging necklines, I should say that the eyes have it.
Yeah.
The eyes have it. Do you get it?
Yeah, I like
we get it, but we don't want it. Yeah, now take my wife.
Yeah.
I wish somebody would.
No.
She just bought a new dress with a bare midriff.
No, that's midriff. Midriff.
Yeah. You haven't seen my wife's figure, boy. It's rough.
I say, oh boy, look, just exactly what is wrong with her shape?
Well, nothing, if you like avocados. She has one of those hourglass figures.
Oh, yes, lovely.
The only trouble is the sand stopped at 6:30.
You mean it's starting to get a little lumpy?
Her figure can't be that bad, old boy, really.
Oh, you should see her in slacks. When she walks down the street, it looks like a couple of cats trying to fight their way out of a burlap bag.
Gentlemen, please. I'm my composure.
You want a safety pin?
No, we must get back to our discussion of styles. Now, Mortimer, for an example, you see that girl in the front row?
Yeah.
Well, now you take her dress.
Oh, please, Mr. Bergen.
Why, you sly old dog, you.
Gentlemen, please. I'm trying to make a point.
Okay, you're faded. Who's got the dice?
No. Gentlemen, let me put it another way. Mortimer, what style of dress does your girlfriend like to wear?
Well, she doesn't wear a dress. She wears a bell.
A bell? Yeah. Well, you're talking about a cow.
That's right, yeah.
Well, we're back to my wife again. Oh, I'll never forget the first time my wife wore a French bathing suit.
Well, what happened?
France dropped out of the United Nations.
Mr. Kirkwood. I hadn't planned on that. I must interrupt her and say I'm fed up with your wife.
Me too, boy.
Gentlemen, we're taking this subject entirely too lightly. Now, can't anyone say anything on this subject?
Well, if it'll help you any, old boy. A girlfriend of mine just bought one of those new cocktail dresses.
Oh, a cocktail dress, yes. They're getting quite popular.
Oh, yes. And you should see her in it. She's quite a shaker.
Yeah.
You should see my wife in her cocktail dress.
Please.
All hangover.
No. I'm ready to give up.
Well, don't just sit there.
Yeah, all right. Gentlemen, in case you have forgotten, we're having a forum on women's style.
Oh, yes, that's quite right, yes. Apropos of the subject, did you hear the one about the wife who said to her husband...
No.
Darling, look at the new dress I bought today.
Yeah.
See, it's got a bare midriff, a low neckline, it's backless, it's strapless, and whoops, I forgot to put it on.
Oh, call Dr. Scholl, the corn's popping tonight.
I say, you know, that was a British joke. Didn't I, Piccadilly?
Oh, don't mind him, folks. He just had a brainwashing and it shrunk.
Please, gentlemen, please. I feel compelled to state that this vituperation and this calumniation is completely reprehensible, and I think...
Shut up.
Gentlemen.
What'd you say?
That's the final buzzer. Our time is up. Professor Noble, would you like to sum up our discussion on women's styles, please?
Why, yes, of course, old boy. Ladies, remember, you only get out of a dress what you put into it. Thank you.
Yeah. Good night, everybody. Good night. Charlie, I'm delighted to see you in such a amenable mood today.
Which kind?
Well, you know, easy to get along with, likable, gentle.
Oh, well, it's this way, Bergen. A gentle act, a gentle word makes life pleasanter. Just like it says in the song. Listen.
Gentleness is welcome.
You like that?
I do, Charlie, because it's true. True not only of people, but of cigarettes. That's why, for months, all Philip Morris smokers have enjoyed a new cigarette made gentle for modern taste. Born gentle, then refined to special gentleness in the making, this new cigarette comes as a wonderful surprise to veteran smokers, gives today's young smokers just what they require in a cigarette. Enjoy the gentle pleasure, the fresh, unfiltered flavor of new Philip Morris. You'll find it in a smart new red and white and gold package.
Have a gentle Philip Morris, made gentle for you.
Enjoy new Philip Morris, the gentle cigarette. And now, here is Edgar Bergen.
It's time for another bit of sage advice from our rural philosopher, Mortimer. Here he is with Snurd's words for the birds.
Pardon me. Rubbing alcohol doesn't improve its flavor. Thank you.
Until next Sunday, good night, everyone.
Remember to listen to Edgar Bergen with Charlie McCarthy, Mortimer Snerd, Ray Noble, and the entire ensemble next Sunday at the same time. Tonight's Edgar Bergen Show with Francis Bergen, Jack Kirkwood, Gary Crosby, and the Mellow Men was produced and transcribed in Hollywood by Sam Pierce. Script by Cy Rose, Hilda Black, and Zeno Klinker. This is John Easton speaking.